It was
Okay,
the
here's the
protest
first link
after
I got
the
sent.
House
Let's see
Party
what he
took it.
says. This is 3 days ago.
Centrists are defending Pestiny too. Yeah, I saw that.
Did he already say it?
That you were the
yeah,
Dem
that was
Jake
it. That was
Lang.
it. Yeah, just calling me
that
the
was
Democrat Jake
one.
Lang, I guess. Yeah.
And here's the other one.
Waiting.
Give me a second. I want to make
Bro,
sure
that
I don't
outfit
have
is
it.
so like that triggers me so much. I hate the fact he wears that. Like,
That's why he wears it.
it's like somebody wore like a Nazi like or a Hitler like outfit. Like,
Okay, let's see what he has to say.
Why are you even around Jake Lang? Like, this dude is a straight up white supremacist, possibly a federal agent, right? Why would you ever give them a platform at all?
In the belly of the beast.
Yeah, Minneapolis knows how to deal with Jake Lang. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, okay, that's it basically.
Okay. Yeah, I think
So he's like
we can put two to two together.
approving of violence in Minneapolis on Twitch.tv.
Yeah. I still think the crazier clip was him watching that Scott Wiener dude getting harassed and basically just cheering it all on. That was fucking wild. But like, it is annoying too that like these guys get like Hassan is not at risk of anything. He doesn't go to any dangerous place. He doesn't do any dangerous shit. And then, you know, I'm out here. Those events after Charlie got fucking assassinated, were especially that first one was pretty nerve wracking. I wasn't 100% sure if, especially that guy screaming outside. I was like, I don't know, man. But so to have him like talking all this shit, and then when I'm constantly the guy who's getting dinged for like Destiny says that we need more violence, I was like, bro, I'm gonna be the first guy to fucking die. Like, no, I don't want there to be more violence here. But it's annoying that every other political actor in this space, Trump and all the MAGA people included, and then all the lefty types like Hassan, like engage in unlimited harassment with absolutely zero like accountability, and Twitch doesn't enforce anything. Like, Twitch allows these people, what is this, the 5th or 6th or 7th time that I've been, you know, have had some type of death threat made against me by the random weirdos on this platform. I don't know, it's just fucking
Sean DeBlack, that really short guy.
Gremlo.
What the fuck is his
Gremlo,
that's the little gremlin's name, right? Fuck,
Also,
I'm taller than
it's also
that
really like
motherfucker,
noting
okay.
as well. It's worth noting as well that they can do all of that and they can operate with no accountability. But if they ever do have to face accountability, they have to face the accountability as like a Democrat and not what they actually are. So even if they do get shit on for their actions, like it reflects on the rest of us, which don't hold those views.
Well, that's part of the problem, right? And it's kind of like they're holding us hostage in a way, because one of the reasons that people don't want to punch left is because they fear they're going to make the Democratic brand look bad. They're going to be like, well, we can't really talk about this right now. We can't really confront this right now because people are going to think that the Democrats have been entirely infected with commies and things like that, which isn't true, right? Most Democrats aren't communists. Most Democrats aren't these socialist people, right? They're just not. But they worry that if they are going to call out people like Hassan, people like that Gremlo, people like fucking Mike from BA, they're going to be seen as attacking Democrats. And this is what they're basically holding us hostage, saying, if you target us, if you speak out against us, we have kind of branded ourselves or been branded by the right wing as Democrats, so you're going to hurt yourselves doing this. So you have to kind of take a hit if you want to do this. And it's honestly a really good strategy, and I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know. Okay.
Kind of annoying, yeah.
Well, I think you deal with it by like making the separation just as obvious as you possibly can. Just separate their actions from us because they are not us. They will never be us. But like they're a virus, so they're going to try to attach themselves to us. But the only way that we can deal with it is by making sure that they understand and that the world understands, more importantly, that they're not us. They're not liberal. They're illiberal people, and they need to be ejected from all of our liberal spaces.
A little bit. Also, you also have to kind of start to play. I know people hated me for this for a long time, but I don't give a fuck. You have to play by their rules, which is the thing I've been doing more and more with my community. Like, I have like my Clipper army now is like really active on Twitter. We're more active like brigading and commenting in spaces and pushing our message because like it's the only thing. And then like being a lot more open about talking about all this weird like snarker stuff and connecting Gisticle and Hassan. And even if sometimes it feels like they're winning on some talking points, like I mean, if anybody has followed this space for long enough, you'd know that like Hassan fucking hates bringing up my name. He hates talking about me. So even if it feels bad that he's literally just now watching straight Gisticle streams on his stream, the fact that he's had to resort to that is like killing him inside. Like he doesn't want to talk about this shit ever. So I think it's working. I think he's feeling a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it would hurt me to have to watch JStalk content too. Like it would be physically painful. That's why that's one of the things that I can't do react content because it just I watch it and one of two things happens. I get really annoyed because they're being fucking retarded, or it's just boring. And I'm like, why am I watching this? I have other things to do. But
Dude, I start like crying and stuff. Like when Steven's like, sorry, not Steven, Hassan's like watching my restraining order clip and shit, and he's like trying to like paint an image of me. Like, what am I supposed to do to like combat? Like, I'm honestly like, I'm down to like stand on 10 toes, but like, I
Something
like.
about rape or something like you know.
Like
Well,
I'm like,
that's not what
if
makes
we're
it.
gonna start just like slashing people's characters, I'm just gonna start going to events that you're at. I'm gonna start saying that you're like raping girls in brothels. If we're just gonna shit fling each other,
Real.
like I'm just gonna start shit flinging as well. But like I said, I'm not gonna like sit there and like be a pussy and not like
Yeah, it's just
straight
hard
to
because
your
on our
face.
side, there's like hand wringing anytime you engage in any behavior that's even remotely similar. But like these guys, like Hassan is no holds bar. Like he's literally going full into the mat. Like this guy has called me a pedophile, like probably
Every
over
single day for
1,000
the past few
times.
months?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
literally over 1,000 times this year, like at least. And the idea that the fact that he gets away with that, but if you engage with anything even remotely close, and I've had this feedback even from people, and I'm like I'm sorry, like you just don't get it. Like, oh, I don't know why why don't you just ignore this guy on Twitter, or like I think that you're going too hard, or this is, and it's like you just don't understand like on the other side of this, like what we're dealing with. And there's nobody. You're never going to see. You will never ever in your life see a Majority Report episode where Emma is like, I don't know about Hassan talking about this thing. I feel like that was a little bit of a low blow, or I don't know about like the way that he conducts. So there's no. They operate the same way that Mega does. There's no accountability on their side, and so they can act however they want, and they benefit from it.
yeah,
Then
I'll
this is-
be real, just real quick. I'll be real. Like when a year ago, I was like, man, Destiny's probably overblowing this shit. This doesn't seem real. Okay, this sounds fake. It sounded fake. It sounded like you were over exaggerating things. It sounded like you were making things up. That this was just being like personal petty shit. And it's like, oh, he's just overblowing it. But since I've gotten deeper into it and seen the kind of behaviors that they engage in, right? No, I'm convinced now. I was wrong. And yeah, it's insane the links that they will go to.
Yeah, and then just to reiterate, like
yeah.
the closest friends in my life that like trusted me as much as anybody in my life could had a similar view where they were like I'm sure that there's like a degree of harassment, but probably because I'm like in the space so much, like I'm a little bit
Oh yeah, I thought there
overly
was
paranoid.
some.
Yeah, there's
harassment
some, but
going
it's
on.
like
I was
I'm probably like
okay.
overblowing it a lid and maybe downplaying like on my side what DGG is doing or whatever. But there'll be like a moment or something. It might be one was watching or seeing a lot of the outcome of like that Lauren De Laguna deposition, or seeing stuff come out about other figures in the space, and then seeing how connected everything was. Like at some point there'll be a moment where like, oh shit, wait, that's kind of fucking weird. The day after, like anytime I bring up certain people on stream for the first time, all of a sudden their docs appears the next day in KiwiFarms, and then people in Justical Space and these snarker servers are talking about it. And yeah, the level of coordination is crazy. I mean, like just imagine the idea that Hassan Piker is the largest leftist streamer on the planet, the largest leftist streamer, socialist streamer, and he's watching and retweeting and actively engaging on his stream in front of 34,000 people or whatever, with a guy who is spending that entire night with a guy called Morao, like snarking and stalking and being weird about a bunch of girls and guys on like midnight streams. Like it's just such a weird, unfathomable, like it's the type of thing that people would envision like I'm doing, and they would say like, Destiny, you got to be above this. Like you don't need to be engaging in this style of content. But like this is like what Hassan is actually legitimately seriously doing. It's just like crazy. Yeah. Like him, like showing up. You saw
it's
the
even
other
worse.
day that like he was like liking the substance tweets. He's like commenting under this
Yeah.
guy's tweets. It was like, how the fuck do you even know these people, bro?
But he's been doing this for a long time with like Substance,
Yeah.
J-Stock, Queenman as well. Like
Yeah.
for the past few
Doobie.
months.
Doobie showed the likes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's even worse because with that morale person specifically, I'm 99% sure that they're like a pedophile. There's leaked audio of them requesting.
A
nudes
lot of
from
them have
17-year-olds,
weird shit.
So
That Doobie guy's got a lot of weird
yeah,
shit.
I feel like these people either they only can go after children or they can only go after mentally impaired people, so that they can bring them to Canada and give them into a mental institution after they have sex with them. But don't worry
And
about
milk them
that.
for content on stream.
True.
One of the things that happened today, and I saw this, the Vanguard boys, I don't know if you've seen this, but they said that you were fucking kids, that you fucked kids. They called you a pedophile live on stream.
That's pretty crazy. I might have reported that, but yeah, that's pretty
That
crazy.
is,
I saw that.
Can you send me that link so I can report it as well?
It's just insane what people feel comfortable lying about other people, just making up out of whole cloth, no evidence, just because they do not like you, and simply pedo jacketing. someone.
But this is like,
that.
this is why I said before, and Hassan and other people try to blow this coming up, where I was like, I feel like the next step is somebody's going to die in this space. Like, I mean, somebody already has, technically. Charlie Kirk was, like, part of this space. But when you're calling people, like, you're a genocide supporter, you're a pedophile child rapist, you're abusing women all day, you have a sex cult where all you do is try to rape women and be pro-Zionist and pro-genocide, I was like, what the fuck else is there for people to do? Like, we've maxed out on this rhetorical ceiling for like at least a year. Like, where the fuck do you go from here besides like mass physical violence or not mass, but any kind of physical violence?
Yeah, there was a woman I invited to come with us to LibCon, like one of my followers and things that wanted to show up at LibCon and things like that. And she was talking to other creators about going to LibCon, and they were telling her not to go; she would get raped.
Jesus Christ!
Right, that is the kind of things that they are spreading. Right, is that if you
LibCon
go to
was
LibCon,
literally like fucking 80% people over 40. So I don't know why the hell they're spreading that.
Well, because DGG
was
there,
I
right?
guess.
DGG
Jesus
was
Christ.
DDG.
And then it's especially, and then just to reiterate, like, because I'm focused so much more on the media ecosystem now than the actual facts, the fact that Hassan had that fan that gave him that fucking tour in Michigan, at Michigan State or whatever, who got arrested for calling in terrorist threats to like 12 different restaurants, that's just insane that nobody talks about it, nobody cares, there's zero accountability. That's fucking wild.
How could he have known?
True.
Hassan tweeted this on the 18th. He called you a 40-year-old pest with a child.
Based.
Openly live streams intent to harass a speaker at an event he wasn't invited to and fails to disrupt, proceeds to dox and slander the event organizers.
Yeah, I read that tweet.
Incredible.
Almost like every single part of that tweet is a lie. It wasn't a private event. It was an open event. That's why we bought tickets for it. I didn't dox anybody. I just named the guy who was listed on their website as the vice president. He identified himself to me as the vice president. I didn't slander anybody. Yeah, it's just stupid.
The first half of that tweet, I thought he was talking about Mike from PA, actually.
Base.
Fair enough. I guess.
Do we give any? Know.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just say I want to know why is Hassan okay with them kicking out Palestinians from political conventions? Because that I am Palestinian, you know.
Good job.
That's all I want to say. But,
Thank you, Radiant.
Thank you. You're
no
brave.
problem. No problem.
Okay, there's something I want to talk about with this College Democrat event that I don't think has been brought up enough. It's not just Hassan who was invited there that was like insane. That Deja Fox lady that I interviewed, she was also like really, really weird. She was talking. We didn't really live stream. I think we live streamed a portion of her talk, and I think it might have been in that live stream of her talking about like, oh, if I couldn't be a Democrat, I wouldn't. I would be like a part of another like leftist organization. But sadly, I'm a part of the Democratic Party, and I know everyone listening here feels this exact same way. And it was like, is this your pro-Democrat event that we're having here? That we have people shitting on the Democratic Party as part of their sort of like speaking thing? And Wick, I linked you a 6-minute video in DMs. This is me talking to her, and she confirms this as well.
Yeah.
Do
you have like a timestamp? It's 6 minutes. I don't know if
it's 6 minutes. I don't have a timestamp. Fuck.
Okay, 6 minutes is a long time for content, right? Like.
Well, don't worry. I'll find it later.
Okay, we'll do another day. $20 from Per Thompson. Is it valuable to email the CDA management and complain about this insane, cowardly actions they took? I did, as well as emailing my Democratic senators. Does it make a difference to continue to ask them to respond?
Yeah, I think it's always good for voices to be heard. It's always good to have people that are emailing and saying something, so at least there's like something on the record, and they can't just pretend that like, well, we didn't hear anything because there wasn't anything that was actually sent via email or some kind of like paper trail of stuff. Yeah, so it's always good to email.
I emailed in
10 Wick TV gift memberships from Odashara. Thank you for that. I really appreciate you. $10 from Misaki Uchinaga. More mooks. Okay. Well, we can for $10 we can do that. $5 from my list.
I'd rate me personal smile, man. I don't know. Oh wait, here's what I'm actually have a great idea. I've been thinking about this for a while. Why don't we just all? I realized I'm unbanned on Twitch. Why don't I just go? Why don't I just protest at TwitchCon?
You could, but
That's
you'll
like
100% get banned. You should do it though. It would be funny as long as you don't start. You can't actually start trouble or do any retarded shit.
Yeah,
but if you just show up, I bet Hassan would
was
beg them to ban you.
I'm like thinking, like, what can I do? Like, if it's a protest about a specific person, that might be considered harassment. So I don't know if like I'm supposed to do like a protest for like the anti-Jew stuff there, or how I would go about doing it that doesn't directly name Hassan Piker that wouldn't result in my account getting banned.
I
You
got a
could do like
question.
Palestinians against Hassan. It would make them look terrible.
Nice.
Are you going to
Okay,
be
what's this
going to
Hassan?
any future Hassan events, Steven?
I mean, it really just depends on what shows up. Like, for most of them, I just wouldn't have a reason to be there. Like, I'm not going to be at a fucking El Said, like, press conference or something. Or, yeah, I don't even know what
like
else.
a Democratic event or whatever.
If there's
like
a
if he's, like,
Democratic
talking
event
at the DNC, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a Democratic event, I would like to be there, considering I put a lot of my time and effort or resources into supporting the Democratic Party, so.
Good.
Have you endorsed anyone for the Michigan primary at all, or any primaries, or do you not do that?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would prefer Stevens to El Said, the fake doctor guy, but I mean, I'd probably prefer El Said to Collins, obviously, because the fucking Republicans are crazy, but.
You got to mix up. Collins is in, man.
Yeah,
or not Collins.
Rogers, I think, is
yeah, whoever the fuck. Yeah, Rogers. Sorry.
I could be wrong. Okay.
Wait, did we ever
$5 for my
replace?
listening
Did we ever replace Plattner?
Not yet. Oh, wait, yeah, I think we actually did. I think
Was it
we
with
did,
the Troy guy or?
The Troy. I think the Troy guy.
Yeah, I'm not. The problem I have with Troy Jackson, and first of all, he's an improvement to Plattner because as far as I know, he hasn't raped anyone, so that's leg up on that. But he comes from that same crowd, and he was one of the early backers of Plattner. So I don't know about his judgment, but I think he's still someone you should vote for in the general. But I am just kind of side-eyeing him a little bit. So yeah. $5 for my listening library. How are Dems supposed to go forward if these Democrat quote-unquote groups are giving in to the far left, allowing them to reinvent what they are to the populace?
They can't. It's simple.
You have to disavow and make your own group or take them back in like a voting way. Yeah.
Sure.
Good luck.
$5 from Alishness. I was confused because Hassan thought the event was primarily about him. Imagine there were other things happening. They derailed the event for him? Question mark. Well, thank you for the $5.
What are you gonna do?
$10 from Bad Company. People were up in arms when the uncommitted movement wasn't given time to speak at the DNC after their protest rally bombed. Now we're banning staunchly pro-Dems from Dem events, and no one bats an eye.
Not good.
To be clear, I am seeing a lot of pushback on this, at least on Twitter. Van Jones spoke up about it. Not this specifically, but leftists in general infiltrating things. David Pakman spoke about it specifically. And I've seen people like Shannon Watts on Twitter and others, Sarah Ironside, a few others just who are pretty big Democratic influencers just really go against this. So
what we need to make sure that we do is not immediately move off of this in the next 2 days. We need to keep talking about it, how we got banned from an event and how we couldn't go to a Democratic event and how Hassan literally stopped us. It needs to have a bit longer of a life cycle than a day or two.
I feel like the media life cycles are always going to be small. It's just important to remember it, and it just there has to be more fixation when there's like weird fucky shit happening from like the radical flank of the party. I think
it can't be a tacit endorsement. It has to be like open, avowed, and it needs to be public by anybody who feels some sort of way about this. It can't be like in the background, like, "Hey, I saw this happen. Kind of fucked up, man." You talk about it. Use your platform.
Yeah. Yeah, there needs to be
that was
more
probably
like
one of the weirdest things I've ever experienced was like seeing the Hassan stuff, hearing his name. That was like an internet becomes real life moment. I was not expecting any of that.
Fair enough.
If anyone would like to protest with me, please contact me. I'm going to be trying to attend every Hassan event that exists. And I just I know if I have the backing of smarter
Peacefully and
people.
patriotically, right?
Peacefully, I'm always peaceful, dude. Listen, I don't get active unless someone gets active with me. There's nothing happening there, so there's nothing to worry about. So, I mean, it's be fine. But if anybody would like to involve themselves with this and, get in my 2013 Hyundai Elantra with a lot of dog hair in it, I'm down to put you in the back seat and we can go. You can go. Just let me know.
Maybe we'll get you an anything else sponsorship.
Yeah.
Oh, we could be Antifa. Like it's like Antifa, but get it? It's like
okay. $5. Let me make a little more money, okay? $5 from the average Jake L. With Trump being as unpopular as he is, and the right dealing with infighting, wouldn't now be a good time to punch left?
Yeah, I need to even stop cooking out. I tell other people to stop cooking out. Even I still cook out too much. The time to infight is now, right? We have an election that we're almost certainly going to win because of how unbelievably unpopular Donald Trump is, and we're still in the primary season. So, like, if there was ever a time to solidify, you know, who is the Democratic Party and what does the Democratic Party stand for. And like now is the time to do it. So if now is not the time to infight, when the fuck is the time to infight? It's like never the time to infight, according to leftists who are always infighting. Like,
no, it's okay to infight if it's towards the establishment, but it's not okay to punch them specifically. $10 from protests.
And then also, I'm sorry, just real keep in mind two other quick points. I'm sorry. One, all of this stops as soon as like they stop. Right? Like I've said this a million times, and if anybody's followed my stream for any appreciable amount of time, like I don't like to do the crazy drama style content anymore. I just want to reach it and debate like all the points and read the Supreme Court cases. Like these are the things that are more fun and entertaining to me. As much as I hate them, you know, like even dealing with like the Ryan Mulale's or the Rob Noors is more entertaining to me than a guy who's just going to infinitely project his own pedophilic obsession onto other people or whatever, or is just going to keep calling me a pedophile over and over and over and over and over again. It's just not a fun way to do politics, and it's sinking the entire fucking space by forcing everybody to engage at this level. And all of it stops as soon as Hassan and other leftists are like, hey guys, like I don't think this is the way to go anymore. Like for whatever you say about him, like El Sayed or Talarico have had to say, right, where they're telling their online fans like, hey, you guys got to chill the fuck out. Like nobody wants to do politics like this. And it makes it impossible to come together after the primaries when you've engaged in the most vitriolic type of harassment and attack campaigns ever that you don't even do against MAGA, you know?
True. I'll say this for later. Okay, protest case for $10. Destiny. Why are you going after the Lib News guy? To use your analogies, you want them to worry about a mole that's potentially cancerous, while Trump is literally mid-grape.
Okay, I don't know what the...
Like, I think the argument is like, why are you
that,
punching left when Trump is in power? So, you know.
Like I understand it, but it's like saying like, why are you like changing the tire in your car when you have cancer and you need to go get your chemo? And it's like, well, I have to drive to the hospital to fucking get there. Like, I agree that Trump is the biggest threat, but if the left flank of our party prohibits us from even doing politics for real because we're constantly having to fend off these weird accusations of, bro, like, I'm so sorry, but the idea that in an official DNC event, we have a fucking guy dressed, cosplaying as fucking Mao, who dude, and I know that they'll never actually go after Hassan because he's such good controlled opposition for the Republicans, and they know this. The tanky SDSA people know this as well. But like, can you imagine the nonstop ads if this guy were like anywhere near like actual Democratic politicians? Of here's a guy who went to fucking China, he got the little red Mao book, he came back saying he would never criticize Mao, and he bought one of his fucking suits to give commie speeches to at a college Democrat event. Like it's so fucking insane. It's so crazy. Like I might have like an actual ogre giant in front of me that I need to fight, and there could be like a 4-foot dude behind me, but if the guy's got a knife in my back, like I have to turn around and deal with that guy before you deal with the problem in front of you. Like you can't do it fighting all fronts at all points in time. It's insane.
Yeah, I think that people need to understand that by not addressing this problem, it makes it harder for us to win the election. Beating the illiberal left is a necessary condition to beating MAGA long term and short term as well. Like this idea that we cannot ever address the cancer in our party. The best time to deal with cancer is when it's small.
Sure.
Before it gets bigger, before it metastasizes, before it spreads. Get it out now. It's a lot less effort. Ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. Isn't that what they say? But yeah, that's my thoughts. $5 from Alishness. Not punching left is how you get things like MAGA. We need to be externally as well as inwardly responsible because fringe groups will ruin movements. Pacman spoke about that in his segment today.
Look at QAnon, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, it ruined them. It hollowed them out. And instead of embracing our crazies like MAGA did, or like the Republicans did with MAGA, we need to kick them out.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
And look at like, somebody brought this up in chat. It's a good point. Like fucking Mamdani running in New York City against a guy who was like accused of sex harassment shit. Like he had to disavow Hassan Piker. Like imagine, and I hope it wouldn't get to that point, but like how many errors can we absorb between the fucking Platner shenaniganery and all of these crazy, wacky DSA type statements, and now Hassan, like imagine Ossoff or these other politicians that are more on the national stage. I never thought the Platner stuff would hurt Talarico, but like all of this stuff, like more and more and more of it, like I don't know, man. Like if nobody is saying anything about it, that's the damaging thing, and that's the problem. Like I look at Josiah did a video earlier criticizing Bill Maher for saying that he would vote for Vance because he wasn't sure about the extremists in the Democratic Party, which in my opinion is fucking stupid. Fuck Bill Maher, but like I can sympathize with a median voter who looks at the Democratic Party and it's like, okay, well, you've got a bunch of people who are literally saying like Hamas are the good guys, and none of you guys seem willing to say anything about it. And the second you do, you get your head fucking bit off by every single alternative media commentator. I don't know. That's kind of spooky.
Agreed. $5 from General Grievous. The tankies in the college Dems are BSing. If you had broken the rules, they had the right to keep your money. But they know you didn't, and they're wrong. Yeah, like the reason I know that Hassan's full of shit is if he really believed that Destiny and Co. were going to disrupt the event, he would have let them do it, got that on tape, and sent it to every organization, every event organizer, and gotten him banned not just from that one event, but from every single event in the future. It would be a good casus belli or a reason, right, in order to say, hey, look, everything we've been saying about this guy is true, and here's the evidence. This is what we said he'd do it. This is what he did. Here you go. And it would have been such a massive win. But they didn't actually believe he was going to do that.
Yeah.
They just used it as an excuse. I don't know. It's just.
And I think if they were really scared about it, then they wouldn't be speaking about it on stream the way that they do so publicly. Because if you're actually scared about somebody like stalking and harassing you, you wouldn't be like
covering it every single day. Yeah. You would be more like the people in MySpace that have disappeared because they're worried about all the crazy shit that goes on, which has happened with several people. Yeah.
Yeah. There are, I won't say who, but there are people who have said, hey, I can't come on your stream right now anymore. I'm going to be targeted if I do. Or they feel that that's going to be the case. And yeah, it sucks. And it hurts look, I make my money by having guests on. It really hurts when they're like, we can't do it right now. And that sucks.
So they're fucking with your money then.
Which is not good business. That's not good business. It's not good business. Dev, you're here. What did you want to?
Hello. I've been listening, taking notes. I would have loved to have been with LibCon with you guys, but one, I'm poor, and two, I'm in the middle of moving. So that's occupied pretty much all my time right now. The bright side of that is that in my new place, I'll actually have a dedicated studio space so I can be around more often, which will be nice. I don't have much to say about the specific Hassan kicking you guys out conversation. But when it comes to socialists subverting liberal movements, I've been talking about this since like the anti-SJW days, like 10 years ago, right? There was a liberal faction of the Gamergate and the anti-SJW stuff. It wasn't just reactionaries shitting on leftists. But nearly every liberal person that was a part of that scene in the 2010s, they either moved extremely far left, like Actual Jake or The Amazing Atheist or Thunderfoot, or they moved extremely far right, like Sargon or Tim Pool. As far as I can tell, there's only two anti-SJWs that remained liberal. That was me and Kraut. That was it. And basically what happened was that the socialists subverted liberal spaces and movements, and then they tossed the liberals out of them. And the people who remained were either convinced by the socialists to join them, or they decided to become the complete opposite of whoever had mistreated them, because for most people, politics is just a social group.
Yeah.
So
I would say I would add two more people to these lists, and then I would add an important thing at the end for what happens is, so there was Crowd and you. There was also, I would argue, I think Thunderfoot didn't get totally captured by it. Right? Like he was kind of
did, but he's kind of gone now though.
Yeah, but like he was like anti-SJW, but I don't think he ever bought into like the crazy, like the Brexit MAGA shit, right?
I don't think so, no, but he did become a socialist eventually.
Did he? Thunderfoot is a socialist?
I think so.
I got no idea.
Maybe we're thinking of different people.
Thunderfoot, the guy who would make the videos on like electric cars and Elon Musk and science stuff?
Let me look him up real quick.
I don't think he did. You must be. You got to be thinking of somebody different. But there was him.
I might be.
And then also the guy who was recording on his balcony when somebody broke in and tried to shotgun and kill him and his girlfriend.
Oh, Hunter Avalon.
Hunter Avalon also, I think, was like I think he was against like the SJW shit, but he kind of like became like a liberal, but not like a hardcore like.
Yeah, he was right wing, and then he had like a liberal change. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, but these people's careers are basically. I'm sure even for you, Dev, like it hurts. Like it's very very hard to switch sides. Like there's definitely no financial reward for it. From maintaining any kind of like left-leaning belief if you weren't on board fully with the SJW stuff. Like you basically lost your whole fucking career.
I'll be honest, I've lost about 80% of my audience over the past 2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it is. But yeah. So since this has all kind of happened before, I do want to let you guys know there's a few bitter pills that libs need to swallow to make sure this doesn't happen again. You might not want to hear this, but I can prove everything I'm going to say.
Okay, you guys ready to swallow some pills?
Swallow some bitter pills.
I love pills.
The first one, I've written down 3 of them, okay? The first one is that despite being a right-wing nut job, McCarthy actually had a point. We can recognize the problem of socialist infiltration in the United States for the past 50 years without resorting to his crazy levels of conspiracism. I know, Destiny, you've mentioned McCarthyism in the past as being a bit daunting to look at.
I just said I was worried about digging into it because I don't want to be like, oh, fuck, this guy was actually right about everything, because people are just going to add it to my list of contrarian takes or whatever.
Yeah. If you want to start somewhere more recent, look at Chaz, right? Because Chaz was not as bad as J6.
Jesus Christ.
But Chaz does belong in the same bucket as J6 in terms of just how much it shredded institutional credibility. And in my experience, Democrats are just ignorant of what happened with Chaz. If you actually look at what happened there and how the Democrats on the ground turned a blind eye to the violence, the multiple killings that happened, the mass destruction of property, the anarchy, simply because it was far lefties doing it, and everyone was afraid of punching left right after George Floyd.
Can we get a quick explanation of what the Chaz thing is?
I think so. Basically, they decided that in Seattle, what did Chaz stand for? Something autonomous.
Capitol Hill
the something zone, yeah.
Yeah, Capitol Hill occupied protest. They decided to create a semi-autonomous region in the United States in Seattle where there would be like no government, no cops, so they would all do like mutual aid and figure out their own shit. And basically, obviously, this went exactly as you would expect. I think there was a ton of like rioting, looting, crime, and then I think eventually 1 or 2 people got murdered, and then they had to say, okay, this is enough. We got to stop this. Yeah.
It lasted a month, and it was like 6 people that got murdered.
Was it 6? I thought it was like 1 or 2 got killed at once, and then they were like, "Oh, damn, okay."
Oh no, there was 2 killings like right off the bat, and then the city still remaid pulled out of the zone for like 3 more weeks.
Gotcha.
So anarchy didn't work?
No.
No, anarchy.
But like
did
the
not
way
work.
that the way that they dealt with these guys was like they like gave them, I think they gave them like 30 days. They're like, well, let's let these guys like get it out of their system and everything. It was just cringe. It was just too much. It was too much cringe. This is like off the back of this is where my one fiery impassioned rant came from, where I was like, listen, man, if people think it's acceptable to fucking torch buildings or whatever, and you got to bring in whatever white nationalist people with fucking assault rifles to defend their property, that was where that came from. Is because the country was literally losing its mind, and that people couldn't just. That's where you got that iconic. Everyone knows the CNN guy. I think it was a black on the ground reporter who was saying, like, "Oh, I'm reporting here from Kenosha," and the Chiron or whatever was like fiery but peaceful protest with the car dealership on fire in the background.
Yep.
It was just like
they still,
catastrophic.
Right wingers still post it today. It
was catastrophic. And then in San Francisco, they did come back from this because liberals do correct, but it's just so goofy. In San Francisco, they had this like. I don't want to say crime-friendly approach, but it was like, listen, like, do we really need to be jailing people? We're going to make it so unless you steal like a certain amount, it doesn't count as a misdemeanor or some bullshit. And obviously,
it was $950.
Yeah, and what happens? Obviously, you get fucking mass like organized retail theft and shit, and you have all these videos of like 50 people rushing a store to pull as much as they can and run out, and it was so stupid and wild, and everybody was defending this. Sam Cedar and Hassan Piker and Cenk Uygur, I remember all of them, they gave the exact same script because they basically what happened is they started shutting down stores in San Francisco, and all of them ran the same script. They said capitalists like to shut down businesses in majority black neighborhoods because they're racist, and they're just giving retail theft as like an excuse to do it. And they would cite the crime statistics. I remember this article will live in my head forever. They cited the crime statistics that showed that the amount of actual theft that was happening at stores wasn't increasing at all. So they were just like lying about closing the stores down. And then the store owners were saying, well, we just stopped reporting it because like the cops wouldn't even come and it just wasn't worth it. There was one Target in San Francisco where the police tried installing like an emergency call button. A single Target got an emergency call button. And in 1 month, that one Target reporting theft doubled the reported theft rate for the entire like city of San Francisco. It was insane.
From that one button.
That one Target reporting theft doubled the reported like theft crime in all of San Francisco. And then finally, yeah, I think they kicked out the it would have been the district attorney, not the AG. I think the DA for the city or whatever. And then because they were like, this is fucking retarded. Yeah, we need to be able to recognize this shit a little bit faster. It shouldn't take you that long to realize like, hey, maybe like theft is not good. Maybe guys, yeah.
The problem is
the reason I brought up Chaz specifically is because it was a month-long occupation where basically the sovereign, duly elected government of the city just pulled out and didn't administer 6 blocks of the city for a full month. And like, it was Democrats who did this. It was Democrats who turned a blind eye to this, and this cannot happen again. Like, this was a canary in the coal mine for what we're facing right now, in my opinion.
I think that it's connected to how they operate, right? It's impossible to cover any of the excesses of the left because, again, the same playbook. Like, oh, Trump's more important. Republicans are more important to deal with that, right? You're just punching left, and you need to stop doing it. But these incidents, these events, these failures of leftist policy hurt us electorally because we are seen as the party that enabled it or did it. And leftists ain't winning elections, but the elections that we try to run in get hurt because of them, and it's hard to do.
One thing policy-wise is a small prediction I'm making. I don't know how this will play out on the WO. Is I think everybody should pay attention to what gerrymander fights look like because I'm curious if, and I don't know how many DSA types will even get into Congress. Maybe it'll only be a few, but I'd be curious if the DSA people give a fuck about fighting about gerrymandering because gerrymandering is another institutional thing that only hurts moderate Dems. Nobody's gerrymandering a DSA seat out of existence. It's only going to be moderate Dem seats in the South. Okay, go ahead.
Have you seen any of these people really speak out about the Texas gerrymandering or anything like that?
I haven't kept track of it. I don't know.
Recall. No.
Okay.
Well, I've got two more pills, or do you want to go ahead, North?
Wait, I want to say one more thing, and then
give us the next pill. Yeah. We'll follow it too. Don't worry.
Sure.
Okay. We keep talking about left-right divides, and I feel like the framing needs to be reoriented a little bit. It shouldn't be just left-right, because what the leftists do is they'll take that left-right divide and they'll say, oh, we're all on the left, so that's why we should be like supporting each other. It should be liberal versus illiberal. I feel like that should be the framing right now. And sadly, it feels like most of the Republican Party is they're very illiberal right now. And then we see these people, these leftists, and they're also very illiberal. And I feel like we need to reorient ourselves a little bit because people can get very brain broken when it comes to like, oh, these people are on the right, so they don't have like the correct opinion. When
I actually agree with
things
that.
Like Chaz and all that.
Yeah, see, I agree with that, North. The problem is that when you have when you label a faction, the illiberals, you're defining them by what they aren't rather than what they are, and it's kind of hard to make a united faction around that rhetorically.
A little. I think there's actually two quick problems. One is that people actually don't know what liberal means in the United States. Like, I don't know why we did this. Well, actually, every country does this. We all just say, like, we use different terms for different things. Like, we have, like, the liberals and the conservatives. So when you talk about, like, liberalism, even Trump made this mistake. It was humiliating. I think it was in Berlin where somebody asked him, like, do you think that Western-style liberalism is failing? And Donald Trump was like, I think Western-style liberalism has absolutely failed. Like, look at how many homeless people are in California and Seattle. And it's very obvious that he thought that his liberalism in his mind was just liberals. Yeah, the Democrats, yeah. So I think it's hard to hit on that perspective. I think the second perspective that's hard to hit on is something that I've complained about for a long time that it's just a fight I lost and other people have lost, is people have spent so long, like, calling people like Vosh and Hassan, obviously, and other people have spent so long saying, like, Republicans are fascists. They're all fascists. These guys are fascists. These guys are Nazis. These guys are fascists. That now when you have, I am so sorry, I hope that history judges us harshly, but, like, ICE killing U.S. citizens and then being taken away by the federal government with no investigation is the craziest fucking most un-American shit. We're having political assassinations in this country. It's just crazy. And the president of the United States can't say anything about it. It's so wild on so many different levels. But like the Nazi and the fascist words, like they don't really mean anything, right? They're still being used by the leftists to describe everybody. They describe the whole Democratic Party that way. And people have been calling, like George Bush and everybody fascists and whatever for years. So it's like, it's hard to say like, okay, we need to talk about these guys. They're liberal, they're fascist, but for real this time. And it's like, fuck. Like even the abolish ICE shit is hard now. I think there's really good justification now, and I'm fully on board. And even with all the baggage, I abolish ICE. I think it has to happen. It's just so tainted as an institution now. Yeah. But like, my God, even that carries so much fucking baggage with it because of how abused it was in the past.
This actually relates pretty well to my second pill that I have written down here. Second one, cultural Marxism is a real phenomenon. It's not a fascist conspiracy theory. People don't want to hear that, but it's true. The subversion of various cultural institutions by Marxists is absolutely real. I've personally done several long-form videos documenting the history of these movements. The idea that it's a fascist conspiracy theory is actually one part of a larger program of socialist propaganda dating back to the Soviet Union days. It comes from the same place as fascism is capitalism in decay, libs are the handmaidens of fascism, privatization was coined to describe Nazi economics, the middle class contains within it a particle of Hitler. these all come from Lenin and Trotsky, and they come from a broader program called social fascism, where basically they tried to push forward this idea in their foreign propaganda that anything that isn't explicitly on board with the Soviet project was some flavor of fascism. And even though the Soviets are gone, this rhetoric still remains in our political discourse. I mean, most recently, Vosh has directly and openly said that the socialists should just steal the Democratic Party from the libs, and that anyone who objects to the subversion is a fascist.
I mean, Vosh has said right now that he would vote for J.D. Vance over Gavin Newsom. So did Hassan. Like, these are positions these people unironically hold. I think
did you see that Andrew Wilson comic?
Oh no, he makes that guy's weird. He's on some weird shit right
now. Yeah, Andrew Wilson posted a comic and he's fantasizing about Hassan like basically destroying you. Yeah. And it's this whole like horseshoe thing.
They got a lot of weird shit.
Andrew Wilson has a lot of fantasies about men destroying other men. Okay? Yeah, it's weird.
I was gonna say though something that I would blame for what Dev just talked about. This is the thing that I would blame conservatives on. It's hard to talk about any kind of like Marxist takeover of anything. And I actually run into the same thing now when I try to describe like Hassan or people like ML types, like Marxist-Leninists, like these are crazy Stalinist people. I'm sorry, but Jordan Peterson would have called me a cultural fucking Marxist, or he would have said anybody that was talking about like fucking affirmative action was a cultural Marxist. So much the same way that like lefties abuse the fuck out of the fascist term. And I do think that we're easily at the stage right now where in the United States, we need to have like serious discussions about what authoritarian ultranationalist takeovers look like. I can't really ring the bell on the Marxist stuff. Like, it rings hollow. Like, I really have to repeat definitions and stuff when I go over it on stream because these guys have been complaining about this for so long in such unnecessary ways that it's kind of like robbed the power of that analysis completely.
Well, this is one of the things that Hassan is taking advantage of, right?
Yes.
Like,
because it's so goofy. Yeah.
No, I agree with you, but like, I'm thinking back to the Gamergate days, right? Like, there was a talk that fucking Anita Sarkeesian gave in 2015 about internet feminism and video games, and she brought up like various socialist terms and socialist ideas in this talk, and it's like, okay, there's some real critique here. We can point at these people and say, oh, you actually are like Marxist infiltrators and people who are doing subversion, and you're kind of you're going mask on in public, you're hiding your power level. But the problem with that is that the only people who are actually having that conversation are the most retarded fucking right-wingers on the internet.
Yeah, the issue, that was the issue. It was a lot of people who just didn't like to see fucking girls in video games. And then you also had a lot of bad, like you said, I'm repeating what you said, bad engagement with her critiques and everything too. Yeah.
Okay. Have we all swallowed this second pill? Gulped it down? You got a third one for us? Give us your last
There's one more, yes. And this is actually related to that conversation you want me to have with that she's right girl, Wick. So it's kind of the same kind of thing. The reason that socialists tend to win rhetorical arguments against liberals is because, unlike the conservatives or reactionaries or fascists or monarchists, socialists and liberals appeal to the same set of values. Again, I've heard Vosh say many times in arguments when he argues liberals and sometimes libertarians, he'll say stuff like, oh, you guys want freedom or democracy or equality. Well, us socialists actually like those values more, which is why we want to see them extended into the workplace. We want to see these values extended into the private sphere and not just remain kept in the public sphere. I've seen liberals constantly appeal to freedom and equality as the ultimate moral goods, and I've watched these arguments play out before. Liberals are always outflanked on the left when it comes to these values, because socialists, at least on paper, offer more of these values. And the only way out of this trap is you have to understand that there are some values that are more important than freedom and equality. But this is where you start dipping your toes into conservatism, though, like classical conservatism, not whatever the fuck Americans have going right now.
True.
Or rather, I just want to say, wait, real quick on that. Like, it's not that they're more important than freedom and equality, that their values more important than that, but that, like, I take an instrumental approach to things like freedom and equality. Like, we have the micro freedoms to ensure like the macro freedoms. And when your micro freedoms are no longer in service to those macro freedoms, then you have to take a step back and analyze, like, what are we actually doing in society? Like, I think that having it so that women should be raped by their husbands and they feel too much shame to come forth and say anything about it is not a good society. But the answer to that probably isn't at 18 years old, we should just like allow every single girl to do OnlyFans and that's probably super okay and there's going to be no harm or whatever. Like, there has to be some balancing act struck here. Like, the idea that ultimate freedom of every single possible individual right means that we can, somehow that's like in service to the larger macro concept of freedom is not true. I argue this a lot with like the freedom of speech shit. Obviously, you hear me go off on this. Yeah.
So, I agree with you, but I think you get that balancing act by having an opposing value on the other side of the
I don't disagree at all. I
the
agreed with
scale.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Everybody got triggered when she was like, "We need a strong conservative party." Like I do think that, and it's hard sometimes for liberals to like understand that because like there should be things that are upsetting to me that people in this country believe in, that they have a right to believe in, that I just really don't. I just think is, like I think there's room to have a debate on like, do the 10 Commandments belong in a courthouse? Like, well, in some ways, Judeo-Christian values are the cornerstone, I guess, of all Western law. But like, is it really that specific? Like, that we need like about, keeping the God, it's whatever, keeping the Sabbath holy, and you shouldn't have any other gods. Like, I think that's a legitimate argument to have, and I think there should be, like you said, somebody on both sides of that argument. I think that's important to do that. But we can't have people on both sides of like, should ICE get to, summarily execute U.S. citizens? And then
that's the thing.
Run away from it. That's not a real. Yeah, you can't have. That's not real. Yeah.
And the reason I agree that we need a strong conservative party, because a strong conservative party would have been able to prevent Trump, right?
Yeah,
Trump is,
but our
not
lefties,
conservative.
bro, look at all the hate. And I'm sorry, she's an American hero, okay? That they gave for the Liz Cheney shit, and she threw her whole career away to go on that J6 Select Committee with Adam Kinzinger. And yeah, Kamala got.
The left gave her nothing for that, by the way.
No.
The left still thinks like to fuck her all the way off, right?
Yeah.
Like
and Kamala catches flack for it constantly.
For a moment, there was.
I do want to get
there was like a
rest
little
of you
bit
involved,
just before
right? I'm gonna
the.
let you step in, and I have a question for the rest of you. But go ahead.
Just like as one last thing, in I think like 2023 or early 2024, there was a little bit before the election, whenever everybody was more confident about how that election was going to go, and they really shouldn't have been, where the question that was being asked was like, Americans need to kind of step back a little bit and kind of come to a larger consensus about like what they want the future of their country to look like, and more specifically like what it actually means to be an American. And I think that conversation, unfortunately, in the last couple of years has been lost, because it's all been like kind of like a reactive sentiment towards Trump, instead of trying to figure out where we go from here, because from here now is way different than it was. That's a conversation that I really hope that people get back to.
Yeah,
I agree. For those of you who are less like politically savvy in here, whose kind of main thing isn't politics, what do you see the political landscape like in America when it comes to your interactions? Do the people you interact with talk about these issues at all, or is this something that you only hear when you go into these spaces? I'm curious what Mooks, Radiant, and the rest have to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, people usually don't want to talk about these things with me. I have to find spaces to want to do it. People are really exhausted.
When you say exhausted, what do you mean?
If I make normie friends, or if I make friends like through internet stuff, work, anything like that, then they usually don't want to. They're usually like, "Oh, the news nowadays is so crazy." They don't want to talk about it.
What about you, Radiant?
I actually told him it's the question. Can you repeat it, because I was reading something?
Okay, well, Radiant.
Wow, I see how it is.
One of my roommates personally, every time I try to talk to him about politics and the news and like why it's important to engage in all these things, he just like he's so doomer about it. It ruins his mental so much that he doesn't want to engage in politics at all.
Oh man,
because it is true. It is kind of like depressing to like be engaging in like all this news all the time, and there's like no one really offers a path forward policy wise or like prescription wise or like what they can do. They just like see all of this and just like despair. So.
Yeah, I also think there's an issue where there's this funny saying that used to be like the problem with philosophy is that even if you don't study it, you're always practicing it to some extent. We all like our personal philosophies guide our life, the way we vote and everything else. I think politics has become a lot like that. In the past, if you didn't want to engage in politics and just fuck it, you just want to watch anything political and you'd be a relatively politically apathetic person. But our politically apathetic crowd today in the United States all have very strong political opinions because it's being force-fed to them across these social media platforms. Like if you're on TikTok or Instagram,
political just means like conservative leaning nowadays. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I have,
but
my best friend used to be, like a super strong conservative person, and like that literally just destroyed our friendship. Like we were friends for like 5+ years, and like around like this year or last year when Trump got elected, and came into office, and just even mentioning anything about politics, it just turned to like a crash out session. Like it's just crazy just how insane things have become. And she tries to not be, or at the time she was not very politically involved, but she's had these extremely strong opinions over stuff she probably saw on like Twitter or TikTok or whatever, about like, I don't know, Trump doing like being a giga chad, being based or whatever, something retarded.
And it's impossible to argue against because they don't even have any facts in their mind. But by the time they're bringing this opinion up to you, like people don't realize it, but they've had this opinion told to them and then reinforced like 1,000 times through different memes. And it's a lot.
And she tries to say, I'm not political. I want to have this argument, you know, like, but then she goes ahead and has like a super strong position on so many retarded things. But
yeah.
We were at a bar in DC, and as we were at that bar watching the World Cup finals, like I think like a group of like 30, 40 strong National Guard soldiers like just walked by the bar, and like kind of naturally I asked like the people around me like, how do you guys feel about this? Like, is this like alarming to you at all? And the answer mostly was just unfortunately apathy. They're like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. It was like the biggest, you know, like, what do you want me to say? Like, and I think that sucks.
Well, this is another thing I think that Hassan can play on is he'll be like, well, look, the Democrats have no answers for you for this, or the answers they give are hard, right? But the answers that Hassan offers are very easy. Just vote my guys in office and we'll fix everything. We'll wave our magic wands. We'll get healthcare for all. We'll get cradle to the grave coverage. All these things.
Yeah, look at this
we'll
like
stop all
DSA
these
platform
wars.
and shit that they just published just came out. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, we're gonna abolish the Senate and like imagine a world where you wake up and you go to the hospital for free and maybe you have to work or maybe you don't and then you engage in like your hobby and like the fucking kind. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, another thing earlier to the point that I said where it seems like even if people don't want to be political, they say they're not political. There are like political ideas that have been conveyed to them and they all have them. Every single one of those types of people hate the United States, if not like overtly, in a way where it's like, well, what do you think about like our pharmaceutical companies? It's like, I'm glad Luigi wasted that UNH guy, or UHC or whatever the fuck, United Healthcare, UHC guy. Or it's like, oh, what do you think about our politicians? Like, oh, the ones that all went to Epstein Island every single fucking day. And it's like, oh, well, what do you think about like the Democrats or the Republicans? It's like, what's the difference? It's like, oh, what do you think about our, like, I guess like our taxes? Oh, you mean the ones that billionaires never fucking pay? It's like, okay. Do you think America has any good foreign policy? Oh, you mean the genocide? It's like every single fucking thing is bad and horrible. Everything that this country is involved in is bad and horrible and terrible. And that's if you don't even like know anything about politics. Like, you have all of these opinions transmitted to you, and it's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Can I ask a question?
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
ready, you
problem.
go.
General
Wait,
Gates,
Destiny, do you remember a long time ago when I told you that I feel like 99% of like online politics, whatever, is just like a foreign operation? And like, does that feel any more true or not? I don't know if you just agree with me or not, but it's like it's literally people are just like absorbing just negative American propaganda, and like they have no positions, they just hate things.
Yeah,
it's
and it's
crazy.
like, and when do you see things?
A chance to look at it yet.
When do you see things? Or no, real quick. When you see things posted about like other countries, it's always way more positive. When you see things posted about China, it's always
literally.
like, look at the crazy view in this city. Did you know that Chinese buildings have windows? And they can fucking see outside. Look at this crazy new technology in Beijing. They've got stoplights that are fucking have numbers on it. Whoa! And it's like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Yeah. And it's like, these are the people that had to fucking had to hammer like iron walls into apartment buildings to keep people from leaving because they were so fucked by COVID. Like, this is the people that we're worshiping now. It's so, oh my God, it's so crazy how fuck America
Got
every
windows, but
single.
then they also have like the nets around the factories.
Yeah,
that,
it's
like,
just
make
so.
sure
Oh, true. Yeah,
Oh my
the
God! Did you see
anti-suicide nets.
one of the cringiest fucking things? And I think Austin was even here, which is so cringy because he's a really good like pilot on these fucking simulators. When I think, or no, it might have been Will Neff. It was Hassan, and it was either Will Neff or Austin. There was some like single engine plane that bounced off a building, and they were like, "Whoa, Chinese buildings can't even be taken down by planes like American buildings are." And it's like, oh my God, is this for real right now? It's so fucking cringe.
Precision Chinese engineers.
In the same vein, have you guys seen Tucker Carlson in Russia like being amazed at the bread?
No,
Like,
no,
look at the bread, guys!
no.
Oh my God!
Look, this is an issue that we have in our current media landscape, is that it feels like there's nothing of substance in order to like inform people's political opinions. It's how many clips you have and how many clips you can like get out there, and then as long as they see enough clips, they'll like get to your side.
Yeah.
Like no one's reading books, no one's like reading any sort of like theory.
I don't know
it's
how.
Just very.
I'm
sad.
reading books, but it's not many people are reading books. Yeah,
not the average person.
We need to get people excited for America again and the American project, and to like. Conservatives aren't necessarily wrong when they say things like America, the country, has been a force for good worldwide. It has. It has stood up against the fucking dictators in the USSR, right? And yeah, it's done some fuck shit too. But overall, it's improved the world. And I don't know. Every time I say that, I get accused of being like MAGA or something like that. And it's like, no, Trump wrote in on that America was like a wasteland and he was going to make it great again and things like that. So I don't know how to get people excited on the Democrat side to be basically, no, we need to pump America up. We need to be patriotic again. We need to really kind of wrap ourselves in the flag in a real way.
Wick, are you at all in contact with those like NAFO people, North America Fella Organization people?
I know a couple. Why?
You know a couple. Those they have good shit. At least I think like leading at the whole like international liberalism and like NATO shit, like promoting American values across the world. I don't know. That's the only thing that I can think of like hyping up America.
Okay. To Persik's point about the foreign influence stuff too, one thing that's really annoying for all these populist types, if you look
Radiance point,
if you look at all of MAGA, if you look at all the tankies, every single thing they say, every talking point they have, inexorably leads to weaker foreign American influence every single time. Like pull away from it's never like pull away from Israel so we can strengthen our relationships with other countries in the Middle East. It's just abandon it completely. It's never like we need to help Ukraine and figure out what they should do against Russia. It's that Ukraine should capitulate and surrender everything and we should disband NATO. It's never we need to establish stronger trading relationships with people in the West. It's like all of our trading relationships are actually abusive. ISDS, these international dispute resolution things or whatever, the WTO, the IMF, all of these things are capitalist imperialist tools. Get rid of all of them. Like every single prescription from like the MAGA people or from the tanky people are things that conveniently always leave the rest of the world in a slightly weaker spot because America is completely and totally withdrawn. And they never have these same things to say about China or Russia ever.
There was a report that came out recently about Cuba's influence on leftist politicians and influencers. I haven't had a chance to look through it, but given Hassan's recent Cuba trip, I do wonder if there's anything there. One of the problems, though, is it comes from the Trump administration, and everything that comes from the Trump administration, you gotta check like 5 times.
Listen, man, listen. The Chinese trip, okay? Like, if anybody watched that, come on, bro. Like, the Cuba trip is just like icing on the cake. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so obvious. Like, bro is like getting tours around. Like you. I don't even think can you live stream most stuff in China without like. I think.
No,
but. It's just like, yeah, you can't even. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I forgot. You can't get internet there like normally. You have to
watching
go, like,
Hassan simp for their fucking social media when his fans started to complain, like, well, isn't it kind of bad that you're not allowed to post on Twitter or whatever? And it sounds like you guys don't understand. Like every country has rules. And then on day 1, when his fucking phone got seized, that was a conservative fucking wet dream, bro. Are you serious? Like. I can't, and he's making excuses for him. Then he comes back to the U.S. He's like, well, as a guy who's gotten shot by U.S. police. And it's like, give me a fucking break, bro. Oh my God, this guy. You got shot by the cops and you're afraid of me? Like, give me a break. It's like so performative and cringe. Oh, I hate these motherfuckers.
Get that mouth photo.
$5 from General Grievous. The tankies in the college den. Oh, well, I already read that. Sorry. $5 from Knots Confusing. Centrist, voted blue. But I feel like separating the far left from Democrats is easy. You guys overcomplicated it, and I don't have money to keep typing. Thanks. Well, okay, thank you for the $5.
I mean, I think it is, so why don't more people do it? Just say like, oh, that's cringe. We disavow that. Oh, the fact that people won't is what makes people look at you kind of weird. Rightfully so. I think it's worth. I think you should look at people kind of weird for that.
There's a reason.
Actually.
Hold on. Even today, I tweeted out. I quote tweeted. Chevrolet, Kyle Kalinske, and a bunch of Progressive Victory had a little meeting. I don't know if you saw that, where they were talking about how we're all imperialist, Nazi adjacent, blah blah blah. And I was like, this is damaging us. This is going to help Trump win with this kind of rhetoric, and I think it is. And Soy Pill quote tweets me is like, bro, you're retweeting Fox News, bro. This is your wake up call. But I think he says, buddy, this is your wake up call. You're retweeting Fox News.
Yeah, I think some people have been. I think like Soy Pill, I think, and Pisco were like the 2 biggest victims of the macro political environment that just aren't able to meet the moment. I think, but
Soy Pill was willing. Hold on, Soy Pill was willing to vote for a rapist in order to win an election, but he draws the line at me retweeting Fox News to try to win an election.
Oh yeah, that was what I was going to mention. Yeah, that tweet was
wild.
a little insane.
I mean, okay, that's a weird line to draw, but fair enough. Okay, sorry. $2 from Audacity. I agree with the furry. Get Hassan out of here. Okay. Maki Hilden for $10. Thank you for the work you've done to bring everyone together to discuss this wick. True. $2 from Audacity. Bro, why are you driving around on cancer tires? Okay. $2 from Protest. I said
my
news
analogy
lib,
earlier.
guys.
Good one.
$5 from Dirty Deeds. Did someone ask why Destiny doesn't engage in zero-sum politics? Crazy. Sounds like a cultural Marxist.
I don't know what that means.
Well, yeah, what do you mean by zero-sum politics? Well, you can tell me later, chatter, I guess. Protest for $2 says, I didn't say don't punch left. $5 from Black-Pilled Kiwi. Can we run some op asking any politician and pundit what they think of wearing a mouse suit? I want to find out who's going to hedge and who's going to sweep.
Fuck the mouse suit.
Yeah,
I'm buying one. So modern day debate is this weekend featuring Steven. I'm buying a mouse suit. I'm going there, and I'll just talk to them myself. I'm wearing a mouse suit to that fucking event. I don't know. The only time I know about mouse is
the only thing for this event is that this is like a left versus right event. Like I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter, but I think people have opinions, and I'll ask them. So sure, there'll be like people outside I can talk to, whatever interview. Yeah.
My guess is going to be that these are going to be mostly conservatives, and the libs there are going to be my supporters who are going to be like libbed out. So.
Oh yeah, probably yeah, true.
I think it's like someone who's wearing a Hitler mustache, and then when you like, why are you wearing a Hitler mustache? You're like, well, bro, it's Charlie Chaplin.
It's Charlie Chaplin.
It's Charlie Chaplin.
I like Hugo Boss.
Yeah, it's like
it's the most annoying thing about all of this, and I complain. It's fuck, dude. It's the same thing with Trump. This is why I'm so harping on the media ecosystem instead of the messages mattering at all. The thing that is, it's nice, I guess, when you're having formal debates, but otherwise it's annoying. Is when Trump does shit and their supporters are always bringing up like, oh, well, it's not that bad, or oh, this isn't whatever, or they try to like say, well, didn't the Democrats do this? There's like a million insane examples that you can bring up where it's like, bruh, there's like a billion examples to just show you how ridiculous you're being. And the same thing exists now with like Hassan, where every time you try to point out a thing and he like denies it or whatever, there's like such a clear example of him not being truthful. Remember that the Catan, fuck, somebody had a good name for this. The swastikana, the sword or whatever that Ethan Klein pointed out.
Yeah, with Ethan Klein. Yeah, I remember.
And he was like, I don't even know like that this thing looks like a swastika. You guys are crazy. And it's like gaslighty behavior. And then somebody found the fucking VOD of him buying this sword. And the very first thing he says when he sees it is, oh my God, bro, a swastika sword. And it's like, Jesus fuck. There's like an actual video for every single example of this. Or today we watched a video of him in China where he's buying this Mao suit. And the guy's flipping through a book of like, well, here's all the people who, wore it. And it's like the pictures of Mao and shit are there. And it's not like, oh, I want this in this color. Yeah, the traditional color. Yeah. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? And he's getting one like custom fitted for him? Jesus.
Okay. $5 from Traveca. Dems who are indifferent to Hassan need to be alerted how angrily spoken Hassan was towards Dems rather than Trump in his vitriolic speech. They need to wake up. Yeah, I did listen to the speech. He was very like, yeah, we don't need Trump anymore, but those Democrats have betrayed us.
The collaborators.
Right? It was definitely with the cadence of his voice. First of all, he's not a very good speech giver, right? I don't know if he's had any formal speech training or anything like that, but he's very stilted. He's very stiff. But the times he does get animated is when he's attacking the Democrats.
Yep.
Right. Otherwise,
he's normally a little bit better, but there might have been like agents in the crowd that were, DGG agents and whatnot.
He could have been nervous, right?
True.
Very scared. It was.
Also, he will get better. As bad and as cringy as he is at some things, he will get better. He has gotten better. He's gotten a lot better at subversive propaganda. I don't know if they gave him a fucking, what is it? The Civil War movie, an Avengers Civil War Bucky training or whatever, where they fucking incepted his mind to do better propaganda when he was in China. But he's gotten better at it, a lot better at it. So
the language that he uses specifically is very precise. And
yeah, he's very big on like cramming in all these.
That he keeps repeating and repeating.
Yeah, it's cringe as fuck.
It is. Radiant, you sent me something. What is this?
It's the video. Apparently today, I got a message from somebody. Sent me a clip of Hassan watching the David Pacman response, to the thing that happened.
This is gonna be a whole ass stream, I think. I don't think we can go over all this now on Wick's show.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
apparently,
We'll go over it.
Hassan is like
There's a
at
little
war
clip
right now
thing.
with David Pacman. Oh, if it's a small clip,
Of
I
course,
guess go for it.
because any criticisms given to Hassan, right, it has to be met. They have to deal with it. But if you criticize Hassan, why are you punching left?
No.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
It was just
Okay.
him saying the same thing as usual, like about how we were like we were planning out to harass and like disrupt the convention. Like it's literally the words he said, and it was all on film. And
I am worried about you guys because they're going to
Different reality.
keep repeating this lie, and people, it's like a permission structure. It's a soft justification to come after you, right?
Yeah.
There's
Because
a
if
whole
you-
lot of us being nothing but respectful. Like I feel I feel somewhat confident that people can just look at that and see, but like I guess that's not what's being clipped.
Well, they
so-
prime it, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
they'll
delusion.
before they show the information, they'll prime it by saying these harassers, DGG doxers are coming to disrupt, and then that frames what they show, and it primes the audience to see it in a certain light. It's propaganda, right?
Yeah.
And so there is a higher than likelihood chance of people who are friendly towards.
Hey, Wick,
What?
I'm sending you a message. Can you go to like 2 minutes in here so I can finish watching this? I just got incredibly pissed off.
Jesus.
So like 2 minutes in this streamable.
Oh, yeah.
And like just started from there, honestly. Actually, maybe you could start like 158. Maybe we could just start it.
I think we should watch the whole thing honestly, because like I know towards the end he starts talking about Darius coming to harass him, quote unquote, which is stupid.
But I'm like, bro, like here's the thing, dude. Like I'm so tired of people just like saying like these guys stalk and harass me. Like, can we just do it? Can we actually stalk and harass these people? Like I know what's doing
you
right
didn't
now.
do that.
And
You didn't mean that. You were
nothing's
trolling.
happening, though, dude. Nothing's happening.
No,
I know what you mean.
Nothing's happening.
Stop. We get it. We get it. We get it.
No.
We get it. Yeah. But I know what you mean. Like, it's
Like,
crazy
bro,
that they can say it
come
over and
on,
over and over and
man.
over again, and like nothing is actually happening, and it's like Jesus Christ, yeah.
Okay, where do you want me to go on this?
I think we should watch the whole thing honestly. Like,
Like
it's,
2
'cause
minutes?
we're gonna get
Okay,
there. It's 3
well,
minutes.
fuck.
Yeah.
2 minutes is where I got like I skipped through because I
Okay,
was like,
well,
this
let's see what they have to say. So let's go.
Nasty thing for him to do is to make it seem to his own audience that the guy who spent the last fucking 7 years stalking the living fuck out of me, who has actively said that I deserve death, that I have made statements that are worthy of killing, okay? Worthy of killing me. Guy who has openly demanded people in his community stalk me everywhere I go. Guy who has said I should be bullied and humiliated and yelled at if I'm going out to protest. I'm sorry, David Pacman, you know that shit, okay? You know he's been doing that. And if David doesn't know that, he should hear about it, okay? Because that's crazy. David Pacman, I don't think you are in favor of the targeted harassment that this fucking sex pest has conducted over the last 7 years. Because if you were aware of it and you're still making this video, that is the most disingenuous thing I've ever heard from you. It's worse than when you said, I don't know what IEPAC is. Okay? I don't know what IEPAC is. What is that? Those guys literally filmed themselves with their intent to disrupt an event that they were not invited to. They filmed the entire process. There's videos of it everywhere. Okay? That's crazy.
Can you pause? Can you pause for like a
I
second?
want to be running.
Are there
Like why are there
videos?
zero videos? Why are there zero videos
Where
of
are
us
these videos?
interviewing and talking
There's
to
no
the people?
clip
The
even.
videos are under JCOK's thread. That's it. The guy
I
with
saw
no
those.
reach.
Those
no-
weren't like
That-
those
that
weren't
is-
you. Those were nothing. Those
They
were
can't-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
Those are the
didn't get
videos.
invited to the
Me,
event
me,
either.
me trolling about how I'm gonna snark him or whatever. That's the disruption I'm doing. I'm like, bro, I don't spend any like. Actually, when I went there, I was just like, hey, what's up? I'm Darius. I do streams. That I want to get involved, and I even gave people my plan on what I want to do and how I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I said I'm gonna ask Hassan to, I guess on my stream, I said I'm gonna ask Hassan old enough account, old enough to mount, and then, but even then, North the whole time was like, bro, like I just want to ask him about his opinions on if he supports Ukraine and like yada yada yada. And even then, I'm asking him like, oh, if I want to ask him serious political questions, what would I ask him? Like what would I ask him? Like, what would be a question to ask? I'm asking North this for help for me to ask, like genuinely talk to him.
Questions
I'm
are not harassment. I can't stress this enough. Going to a political influencer who is at a political event and asking them questions about their politics or their statements in the past is by no means harassment. And to frame it as such is dishonest.
I would
Hassan
also
is
say
a liar.
these guys do support harassment when their side does it. Remember one of the most cucked moments in all of politics was when fucking Bernie Sanders was trying to give a speech and the two black ladies ran up and they stole his microphone to do their weirdo, whatever the fuck, talking to the crowd about, I don't even remember, white supremacy or some stupid shit. It was literally the most cucked thing in the history of all of Bernie politics.
It was Black Lives Matter.
Was it a BLM thing? And then look at the
so.
look at the Scott Wiener thing again. This is like just the craziest, most recent story. Like this guy is getting almost like lynch mobbed out here, and Hassan is watching it on a stream, cheering it on. So they're actually super cool and fine with harassment. It's just they want their side to be the only one doing harassment. And also, like, think about it. Like, let's assume, okay, or not let's assume, but say for sake of argument that people were planning to go to an event and disrupt it by like standing up and shouting or whatever. It's a political event. Like, is it not to say that anybody should disrupt an event, but like, isn't this like? Wouldn't this be the most expected thing to some extent at like a politically heavy event? It's just so cringe and weird. What?
Yeah, does he disavow when Free Palestine goes
Absolutely
to the
not. Bro, this guy
Right?
watches terrorist attack. This guy won't disavow the Houthis hijacking ships. Why would he disavow protesters? He watched the RAF, the Royal Air Force, get sabotaged by a pro-Palestinian terrorist group in the UK. It might have been one of the reasons why his ETA was rejected, by the way, is because this is a designated terrorist group in the UK now. He watched them do the terrorist acts on stream, on Twitch, and cheered it on. He thought it was cool. Like, it's just insane. Yeah, don't let them beat you over the head with your own standards. It's so cringe.
It is.
And here's another thing too.
I think he also claimed in a sly way. Remember the two Israeli? Were they Israeli or just Jewish Americans that got shot outside of the in New York?
I think they were Israeli. I think they were connected with Israel. I believe.
Okay, I don't know if that was true or not, but
they worked at the embassy. I believe.
Sure, he implied that was like an AIPAC false flag. Is what he said about it. So
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no. Wait.
I want to finish the clip before.
Notice what Hassan does in what he did before. He's telling his audience to go and harass David Pakman for doing this.
That is true.
Perfect justification.
Pakman should be made aware
and
of this, right?
No, it's not just being made aware. Like,
need to let him know.
Want to counter this. No, it's just if you want to counter this, you have to get into the comments and be like, "Yo, these people are like fucking retarded." It can't just be that like we let David Pakman and his like mods be able to do this.
Don't say retarded though, because
counter narrativization.
They'll report you. They'll report you if you say retarded. So don't say retarded on Reddit. That's an Insta account ban. Careful. And they do spam reports. Discord. They love reporting. They love spam reporting. I don't type in that no offense, but I don't type in the Melting Pot Discord anymore because they'll report you for any comment that even looks. They'll go through the whole thing and Justical and his crowd will go through that.
Sure. But yes. North is absolutely correct. This is a call for mass letting Pakman know about what's going on. So he's about to get spammed a bunch of links. He's about to get spammed a bunch of out of context clips. All that's about to happen to this.
Like, that's the thing that sucks is like I'm live for 9 hours, bro. Like you can't and it's insane because like the little segments you could just like clip it out, but like nobody has clipped out like us talking to people and actually because we did it for like literally we were there for 3 hours of the event. For 2 hours of it, we were talking to people and just like I got like people's ads. Like I'm like supposed to be like sending stuff. I've been like Instagramming the UNCG people. Fucking like it's annoying. Okay, watch this video though, because I gotta crash out.
Okay.
Around defending a guy who has an active court case distributing revenge porn
to a minor. Oh, he missed.
Yeah, that guy. His guy Darius is threatening to go to people's houses.
Ryle Kittenhouse. He knows such obscure lore, but he gets it from Justical. Justical is feeding him all these talking points.
I know, dude. He's like talking about the Ryle Kittenhouse thing, where it's obviously that was like the dude. I wish I went to his fucking house. I did. I was choking. I literally just did a loop around my fucking parking lot just to get engagement, bro. Because it was funny. It was like if this guy's fucking sitting there on the internet telling I'm a fucking like rapist and shit. Like I'm gonna pretend like I'm gonna fucking go to his house to fucking scare him. It's fucking funny. Fuck you, dude. And it did. Obviously, all of them are so scared, but they can go on the internet, call me a rapist, do whatever they fucking want. Like, fuck you guys. Like, post around my fucking police records and then make videos dedicated for, like, fucking snarking the shit out of me. But I can't, like, troll for literally, that was like 40 minutes of me just baiting. Oh, yeah, what am I going to do, guys? What am I going to do? Like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, let's finish.
One of his fucking friends, unironically, is now talking about moving to Los Angeles to stalk me more efficiently. That guy who has actually received a restraining order from his ex.
Pause. This guy is banned from the UK. This guy is banned from the whole fucking country.
And had a
Are we
suggested bill in Congress to call him and Candace Owens anti-Semitic. Like, yeah.
Like, dude, like, are we fucking
Hey.
serious? We're talking about me getting a restraining order for for the dumbest shit, mind you, and then you're fucking banned from the United Kingdom for being like a fucking like terrorist.
He's not banned.
His ETA
Anymore?
got rejected.
No,
His ETA
he's-
got rejected. But to borrow from his language, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
separate.
He
I gotta
definitely
Google it. Look at the band. But okay, but anyway, it doesn't matter. He got rejected.
That's what he wants you to believe.
Okay, we got like it's 52 seconds left. Let's watch.
Come on, man. Come on, David.
I wonder if David
We've
will
always
come
had
talk
our
to us about
disagreements, but I've always been cordial because David's been cordial. This is definitely, I don't think David, I'm going to be charitable. I'm going to go ahead and say, I don't think David knows the extent of the madness presented by this cult. Okay? I'm going to be charitable and I'm going to say that because if he did, he probably would not be defending this.
But this
Come
is
the fuck
dude.
on. Okay,
Let
guys.
it finish!
It's like
Holy shit, let it
Fucking
finish!
tactical. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I
Shut the
can't,
fuck
dude.
up.
Republicans are going to put these clips everywhere. Like people seem crazy when they.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
Also, you can show just the times on these are fucking, it's too much, bro.
It's just like, bro, when you're saying like the extent to anything, all the organization, all the like harassment that's directed towards Hassan, nobody from DGG fucks with this guy like at all. I think that one time he ever got fucked with was some guy like did a drive-by and said like Destiny made you or something. And I think Xena was that they were at like a basketball thing at TwitchCon and she like said like Destiny owns you. That's like the like extent to any time I've ever seen this guy get pressed in relation to Destiny ever in real life. Like nobody's actually doing it. So it's like, bro, like at this point, it's like, dude, like, what do you like? If someone starts actually like pressing him, like, it's like, are we gonna like, I don't like, no, what the fuck are you supposed to do? Like, I don't know how. If they just keep repeating it.
Yeah, he's a baby.
Okay, here's Hassan tweeting, "Hey, David Pakman, why did you criticize the College Democrats of America making a similar decision to the one you made in 2025? What changed?" And then David Pakman drops out of an event. He was co-headlining with Destiny in June, citing reputational concern. The CEO of the event released a statement, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, what's...
Oh, I didn't even
what's
realize
going
that was the thing that he was citing. Wait, was it about my stuff? Because that me and David Pakman were going to do an event, and then they spam emailed him, and then he pulled out. It was the same time also that they spam emailed, and I had to cancel my plushie launch from the last organizer that I was working with because they were all spamming emails.
Oh, about Israel Palestine or whatever.
So sad. The makeshift one.
I don't know what we were going to talk about, but I know that the spam emails were about my fucking rape court case or whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, this was what he's referencing. He's
Nice.
like,
King.
But there's a difference between I don't want to work with a certain creator on a project and things like that, and banning someone from a public event. These are not the same thing. These are not the same sorts of decision making that goes into deciding what you're going to do here. Like to try to draw a comparison between these things, right? Or try to say that these are similar events. They're just not, right? It's very fine to be like, hey, I don't want to be on this person's stream, or I don't want to work with this person. Okay, cool. That's an entirely different thing from I'm speaking at a public event. I don't want this person in the building. I don't know. To me, that's different. We got one more thing here.
Oh, the logistical. Wait, just look at the tweets. Look at the times on these.
Oh, he immediately tweeted. It was
the
2 minutes after.
9:02, and then where were we before here? 8:14, so an hour after.
Look at the time
Oh,
difference
no,
between the
this was- sorry, this
logistical
was
and the
the
Hassan tweet.
9:01.
Yeah, see?
Okay. I see what you're saying.
9:01, and then the other one is
minute.
They work together.
9:02.
Yeah.
9:02
I think JLCOK
from
DM'd it
Jason.
to him.
9:01 from Hassan. They wait for their marching orders and then they go. Yes, absolutely. How close? And this is to Destiny. How close? Like, they can do this without any formal connection or formal like DMs being sent. You need to tweet this now. Sometimes they just understand the assignment and they go. How close of a collaboration do you think that Hassan is with J Stalk and all those snarkers?
Probably fairly close now because the communication, the back and forth is so fast, and he can probably justify it because he feels like things are getting more serious, and like he's coming out with these points and they're coordinating on it a lot quicker now. And this was kind of like Gisticle's dream, was to finally make it in with another big crowd because he was simping for this guy for a while. So it's probably
well, that's how he can survive, right? Like he needs
and because now he can be like the leader of like this whole other little like lefty snark squad, despite the fact that his personal politics are like neo-Nazi-ish adjacent, which is funny, but.
Hey, there's R2.
Yeah, true.
Here we go.
Oh, I got it. Nice, good one.
$10 from Moral Determinatus. We need to publicly put socialists to the question of you say you want X. Once we achieve that, what's next? Make them either say socialism or disavow it.
Yeah, you can push them on any position. They're not gonna have any policies. Like they'll say it's not important or they'll whatever. But I mean, they don't ever have like any actual policy positions. Like just ask them like, what should we do for Israel Palestine? Like they don't have anything to say meaningfully on that.
Well, we need to boycott Israel. That's what they'll say. We need to disconnect with Israel. We need to defund all that. $5 from The Dramatic Dream. I'm Dr. Pibb, kick chat boys. I don't agree with Destiny. Trump is not the bigger threat. Trump has played his cards. He's beatable. Hassan is dangerous.
Okay. I mean, it just depends on how you identify bigger threat, right?
$20 from Grassroots Hegemon. I do think there is something to be said. Normal conservatives who said college campuses had places that are breeding grounds for these sociopaths were right. We failed to police ours. Good luck.
True.
Yep, I think that's true. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, we're going way back to 2017 now, but there was that massive fire that was started at Berkeley because Milo was going there to speak. It was by a bunch of leftist students. Like, that was unacceptable, and the libs didn't push back on it, and here we are 10 years later. Those leftists are now out of school, and they're doing crazy shit in real life.
$5 from Headless Chicken. Tankies would rather let the country burn in hopes of ruling over the ashes. Act like professionals, and don't make it so obvious who you're with. Okay. $10 from Morally Neutral. Hassan is Mossad. Maybe. Possible. Upstate Trash for $10. Jew Stalker is morbidly obese. Did the guests have analysis of that fact?
Like what? Like, dude, JSTOK will not talk to anybody that's in this call right now, and he's consistently going online
He'll talk to me.
talking about what. He'll talk to you about this.
He wants to talk to me, actually.
He wants to talk to. He wants to debate Dev. Yeah.
Really?
He won't talk to the guy who knows. Like, look, he wants to. He mentioned that if I disagreed with anything about the court case allegations he's made, that I could come on stream with him. But the problem is I haven't followed the court case, and
why? If I can't,
I just don't know enough about it.
Well, that's what these people do, right? They go after the weakest link, and their goal is to convince them. So,
well,
if I came there to disrupt
link,
and like,
but I just don't. Frankly, it's drama stuff, and I don't cover drama stuff a lot, right?
if I came there to disrupt and cause a commotion, why did I not like press people about their support for Hassan, or like try to like get more information from Hassan on everybody? I was just like, yeah, I support him, and then I just talked to people about what they're here for. I was just conversing with people and just having a normal time. Like, actually, I guess, supporting the actual event that was going on. I mean, my intention there was to speak to Hassan and then say like a little jokey comment. But as I came over there and I was interacting with people, I was like, okay, this is like, yeah, it's fun. I'm just talking to people that work here, and this is also in line with what I want to do in the future with canvassing. So I'm going to keep talking to people.
It is telling that the strongest piece of evidence that they have presented to make their case was you saying, I'm going to snark Hassan. And I guarantee you, Jew Stalker does not believe that snarking is a bannable offense or should be a bannable
or is
offense.
even a real thing.
And we've been throwing around that word like super playfully this entire trip. It's obviously like an ironic thing.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, absolutely, yes. But they have the
At least to some
ability to
extent.
understand jokes and irony when it's made by their side, but they suddenly lose that ability when it's made by any one of their enemies. And it will always, context is something that they demand you deal with them in.
Well, what are you going to? What are you guys talking about? So what does he want to talk? Does he want to talk about our intention and if we deserve to be kicked out?
No, he doesn't want to talk about this. He wants to talk about the court case, the Destiny's
What the fuck?
Court case with Pixie. Well, yeah, because they go around because it's like this is another thing I'm a little worried about. Like when this court case ends and they don't get the result that they wanted, like I don't know if someone's gonna lose their fucking mind. It's like, well, yeah, mission heard, sir.
Let me
We have
get
only
him.
one way to go now. Yeah. And it's like, Jesus Christ. But like that, yeah, that court case is like the most important thing to prove that I'm like a long-term pedophile rapist. They use that whole thing. Hassan, I think Hassan is, I don't know if Hassan has repeated this point yet, but I know Justical says it a lot, so Hassan will be saying it soon if he hasn't already, that the whole reason why that DGGP organization was created was to just provide cover for my sex crimes.
Hassan has said that, or well, no, it was Juice.
Dude, by the way, mind you, dude, I was expecting when I went to any of the DGG event things that are publicly available, you can see wherever they're going. I expected to see Destiny at least one of them. I did not see him at any of them. Not, and I was like, oh, okay. Since people were saying that he's like super involved, he wasn't at a single one. And then when I talked to people there, I was like, yeah, you probably know me from Destiny. Some of them were like, no, I'm here because I'm a friend of a guy that was like a fan of Destiny that like I'm now involved in. So now I'm involved in the group. It's like this place.
When I was asked to do streaming at LibCon, I didn't think Destiny was going to be streaming with me at all. Like that wasn't communicated to me or anything. It was supposed to be me and Soypill. Me and Soypill were going to co-host a stream for a few hours. And they were going to get us guests, and we're going to interview the guests. Yeah, Destiny just didn't come up.
That's weird, Darius, because everybody knew me.
Damn.
Well, I remember from when I was talking with some people from Digital Ground Game. One thing they mentioned was that the last members that they want are DGGers because they say that DGGers don't seem to be like as good at doing the whole, I guess, politics thing than the other people they found. But
Bullshit! I don't believe that. The majority
I
of them
swear
are
to
still
God, bro. I
DGGers.
swear to God, bro. I swear to God. Well, it was one guy.
Who told you this? Who told you? Name names.
My guess is it was probably Bryce, and I know why. It's because he was talking to you, motherfucker. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah, maybe.
And I fully support Bryce when you said it, because you know what? He probably was talking to you. So.
Bryce was like, no, it's fine, man.
Who else could call
You're
a controversy like this? Who else?
$10 from ECP. Lived a few blocks away from Chaz, and it was so dumb. It ended in 2 shootings. The second, a black kid died, and the shooter is on camera picking up shells trying to hide evidence. Pure hypocrisy. $5 from Dr. Dick
What, you can't pick up the trash
Maydongdong?
anymore?
Jesus.
What's up?
He said, is it a crime to pick up trash? Is what he said.
Yeah.
He's saying the black kid that he got killed.
Yes,
He's saying that black kid
I
was
get you.
trash. I don't know why he thought it
No,
was so
you
funny.
fucking moron. I was saying you dumb fuck.
Shit. $5 from Dr. Dick Maydongdong. I thought we were giving up our liberal principles because of the Dark Knight and movies and stuff. I sure hope Destiny and Dev will make up our minds.
Okay. Thought we were what?
I don't know. $10 from Robert Paulson. Please ask Dev to say, I am about to have a bowl of soup.
Wait, Dev, so are you getting involved in this stuff or what? Like, you're gonna get around? Like, you're gonna get like tacked in or what, man? What's your situation?
What the fuck did you just say?
Like, are you like gonna be like here, like, dude? You're gonna show up at the events, man. You're gonna get like lit. Like, you're gonna. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say about that?
If I get enough money to do it, sure. I'm pretty poor right
Dude,
now.
dude, that's literally just if you just go live and you're like, hey, I want to go to a Destiny thing, give me money. The people will do it. People like you and people want to see you show up.
Maybe after I get settled in my new place, yeah.
You should do it.
You should.
Okay, I'll
I'd
keep in touch.
I got to hang out with Kraut. I want to hang out with the other guy who survived Gamergate, right? So.
Oh my god, the crowd thing was so awkward when he was talking to me at first because he's just like, I thought it was like a schizo dude because I had no idea who this guy was, and he's just like talking to me like so friendly, and then I didn't realize it, and then I heard him talk to somebody else, and
You didn't recognize the voice?
Well, yeah, the voice clicked after a second, and because he started talking to someone, I was like, wait a second, is that Kraut? And then I realized, I was like, oh shit, what's up?
You hadn't seen him before?
No, I never have. No,
never seen him.
You ever heard of Kraut?
Nice guy. Like one of the guys who hung out with me, I think the most at the event was Kraut. He's a good guy. Very cool.
I like him. Very nice.
Yeah, like a
Very kind.
smooth German
Very
voice.
sweet.
As soon as he started talking, like I didn't know what he looked like either, but as soon as he started talking, just instant, like, because nobody else got a voice like
Very
him.
good vibes all around. It's funny how a Jew stalker and them were basically calling him a creep the whole time though. That was
shit, that dude.
Oh yeah, they're
they're
trying to say. They're saying about
I have-
like
accused Kraut of
one at a
like
time,
sexually
also lit.
doing something weird, some weird sexual shit with Stardust, and it's like they've been friends since like 2018.
Yeah, they were.
I have a positive story about Kraut. Okay, so like yesterday when we were cleaning up the Airbnb,
God, bro.
Kraut was with us. Okay, no, but this is
my
good.
God,
Okay,
he
I'm gonna
makes
fast.
sense.
I told Kraut, or like I said, Kraut, you do not have to help us clean up this place. You know, we're gonna check out at 11. You can leave whenever you want. It really doesn't matter. This guy stayed until 11 o'clock, just cleaning up all the trash and garbage that everybody's leaving around, like putting all the stuff back and like picking up clothes. It's pretty awesome.
Did you
So,
clap
what
afterwards?
What a
Yeah, man. Well, I did clap. No,
I would have
but,
told you to get fucked. That's your mess.
I didn't tell him to do it. No, I said, bro, stop doing this, bro. You need to stop. He's like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't have anything else to do. Like, I don't know why he was helping. He's pretty nice.
I've always liked Pratt's content, but like interacting with him, he is like a genuinely good person.
True. $10 from
I
No
also
Fucking
locked
Way.
up. I
Question
also
for
locked
Destiny.
in cleaning that morning.
Question for Destiny.
Thank you.
Let me make a little one. Just off the top of the dome, why did Trump happen? And then same question to Dev.
Why did Trump happen? I mean, it's always multivariate, right? But I mean, I would say, or multifactorial, I guess. I mean, I would say that the biggest issue was that Republicans have been playing a dangerous game for too long and pretending to be retarded while not actually being retarded, but appealing to retards. And then when an actual retard came along, they realized that they had spent so much time pretending to be retarded that the voting base couldn't tell the difference anymore. So a party full of Romneys that were acting like Palins suddenly found themselves surrounded by a bunch of Sarah Palins who were eager to vote for Donald Trump, I think.
Yeah, they courted retards and then were
I think that's
surprised when
partially
they
true.
elected a retard.
I think another big part of it was that basically the entirety of America was suffering from Iraq war fatigue, and the fact that Trump during those primaries was willing to go up and tell the entire Republican establishment to their face that they are wrong about the Iraq war, that earned him a lot of credibility with people who were like undecided.
Fair enough. $5 from Word of the Wise. It's so fucking pathetic that D and others were kicked out from the CDA while Timu Mao gave his speech. The time to punch left is now or never.
Timu Mao.
True. Lancy Pelosi for $5. Bear in mind, Bill Maher stated he would vote J.D. Vance because of people like Hassan Piker. We need to vehemently exercise these demons. Optics matter. True.
Peacefully.
Well, here's the thing. Like, a lot of leftists will say, well, you need our votes, right? It's a numbers game. For every one leftist that we kick out of the party, I think we get 3 other votes that come back in.
Yeah, it's just never been the case in any of these primaries or elections that like the extremist wins the primary or the extremist like outperforms in the general. Like it just doesn't happen. So I don't know, like when people say this shit, like Biden was one of the more moderates, maybe the most moderate of the 2020
I think
primary.
he was the most moderate.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, he was coming off of like Obama's record and everything else. I mean, maybe Bloomberg or whatever, maybe one of those others was more, but like definitely compared to even Harris or Warren or any of these other people at the time. And then, you know, Hillary pretty handedly beat Bernie. Hillary got 3 million more votes than Trump, regardless of how you feel about the Electoral College. Like, she outperformed electorally. And, you know, for all this, like, you run to the center and you're losing votes or whatever, that's just not true. Like, and you even the polling data today, when you look at where the Democratic Party is at, like, it's 2-1 or 3-1. People want the party to be more, they say moderate or centrist, but I'm pretty sure what voters actually mean is they just don't want to see, like, culture war, trans issues and shit all the time or whatever. But, you know, this idea that there's some huge hunger for socialism, for actual socialism, is just not true. They'll show the polls where it's like, oh, but a lot of Americans say they think we should be a little bit more socialist. But when the average American says that, they're saying that, like, we should keep funding Medicaid and shit. Not we need to have workers seizing all the capital from the fucking capital class.
I think the average American just wants a little bit more money in their pocket so they feel like they're doing a little bit better.
That's
Like
right.
it's a lot
and
of it's
feel like,
economic.
yeah, and feel like the government is doing something for you and it's not just like some impediment or vehicle for the rich to get richer or something, yeah.
And their money's going somewhere that they like it to go to, yeah.
$5 from Apex Valkyrie. My best friend will rarely talk about politics, but when Trump said he was going to make Canada a state, he said, that's really cringe. I agree. True. $20 from Semidius. It seems like being aggressively, annoyingly persistent is the meta. Snarkers, QAnon, social media, they sow seeds of informational social influence of BS. Why not organize, annoyingly, persistently weaponize that?
Yeah, I think I've been doing that in my community for months now. Like, we've been really big on the retweeting people and staying on message and basically, like, reiterating this over and over again. I've had a few Twitter people who've been, like, phenomenal at this. Yeah, it's an intentional strategy. I pointed this out a long time ago, and I remember going through the phases of, like, it's so stupid, why does he do this? Like, oh my God, this is cringe, he's senile, to, oh shit, I understand it now. Where every single time Trump gives a speech, it's like, America's the hottest place it's ever been. Nowhere's ever been hotter. Biden failed this. Like, he says the exact same talking points over and over and over again. But the reason why is because if you repeat it enough, it just gets picked up by everybody else, and then it's like a brainwashing thing, basically.
He's done the same speech 50 times in a fucking row, and he always hits the hit.
It's the same, yeah.
We gotta get the Save America Act passed. It's the Save America
This was a
Act.
dead country. Yeah, so many millions voted. 2020, nobody knew what the hell was going on. We're not going to have a country anymore. Yeah, it's the same talking points. And Hassan does it too now. When you listen to him speak, he's like a little Markov chain machine when it comes to hitting the same points over and over and over again. It's so annoying. You listen to the Katos when he talks. It's very intentional the way that they do it. Ugh.
$5 from Fire Burn Ouch. Who promoted Soy Pill, Pisco, Vosh, and Piker? In this corner of the internet had never, and if this corner of the internet had never entered political streaming, they wouldn't exist.
Wasn't me.
That's you,
$10
Steve.
from Real
You did
Terminology.
that.
We need to publicly put social. Oh, I already read that. $5 from Gazzle Burner. We need to start asking the far left candidates, influencers who won the 2020 Iowa caucus. Okay, if you know, you know. $10.
If you can't answer who won the 2020 election, that should be disqualifying, by the way.
Well,
Sure,
the
not the
Iowa
election though. Wait. Does anybody know the memes he's talking
Caucus.
about? Oh
Yeah.
no.
Not off the top of my head. No,
wait.
not the
What is it?
Iowa.
Radiant.
I'm certified the winner.
Okay, is it
Biden was certified the winner. Yeah.
Yeah, literally, yeah. It was that thing. About,
Wait.
there was like some like
Was he?
regularity for the caucus.
I thought that was the one that Pete Buttigieg won. No?
I don't think Buttigieg won that. I thought it was. Actually, wait, no, you actually might be right. 'cause
It
I
was
do remember-
Buttigieg. It was. This was a huge dude. Bernie Bros lost their fucking mind
They're going crazy, man.
on this shit.
Yeah, Pete
Twitter fraud about
won.
the caucus.
But wait, how did Bernie get more pledged delegates, but Pete technically had the most percentage?
Won the caucus in Iowa, not the whole.
Iowa caucus result 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Pete had 26.2%. He got 9 pledged delegates. Bernie Sanders got 26.1%, 12 pledged delegates. Elizabeth Warren 5 at 18%. Biden 14 at 15.8%.
So you have delegates. Okay, you have to be careful. You have to be careful here because there's a lot of trigger people.
Yeah.
You have a thing called super delegates, okay? We don't talk about the super delegates. But basically,
okay, yeah.
delegates are apportioned based on the percentage of votes, and the super delegates are free to vote in the way that they see fit. A lot of people really don't like the super delegates for a variety of reasons. But
So super delegates went further for Biden and further for Bernie.
when the Bernie math shows up, usually super delegates are who they'll point towards. They'll say, well, more people would have voted for Bernie, but because the super delegates were voting for Hillary or for Biden, that's why they all thought it was hopeless, and then they all started voting for Biden anyway. They'll bring that up, yeah.
Cool.
$5 from Dwillo. What if the only way forward is someone like Ossoff or Tallarico who masks up to lefties with the right rhetoric, but are actually strong liberals?
You can do it a little bit, but you got to be careful. It's a dangerous game. You can't flirt with the fucking retard rhetoric with the populist shit. I just think, I don't know. I think Ossoff is probably taking about as far as I'm comfortable going, but we should be able to win on strong liberal messaging. We just have to actually message well and then have a bunch of other people that are willing to stay on topic and not constantly fucking capitulate to these crazy loser lefties. It's so cringe.
Liberalism is good, actually, okay? And I'm a proud liberal.
I think if you make social media require ID or something to sign up, I think things will be
maybe
a million billion times better. Like that would literally, I think that would literally be groundbreaking. Like
I was talking about that. I was trying to talk to some of the larger political people at the LibCon event about doing advocating for ID being tied to social media stuff. The problem is that advocating for that now, it feels like it's more of a futile thing. We need to be focusing on things that we can achieve more in the short term and within our own ability instead of advocating for something that's a little bit more out there.
Sure.
That's going to require major legislation, a lot of political power to achieve.
$10 from Lib Trucker. Should we, as libs, start treating people like Soy Pill and Pisco like the enemy? In my opinion, they are enablers. Show of hands if you think we should treat Pisco and Soy Pill as enemies. Raise your hands.
Okay, what do you mean by enemies, though?
I don't think you treat them like enemies, but they're not good allies, is what I would say, I guess, yeah.
Fair. Okay, and hold on. You raised your hand, Parsec. Sorry. I'd look.
Berserk. Yeah, I did.
Okay, elaborate. Tell us why.
They facilitate the virus spreading. That's the biggest problem that I have. It's sort of like a middle ground. Sort of like the way that a cell works. You know how osmosis works, where you kind of have those gates that let things in and out of the cell. If you facilitate those gates, and if you facilitate the people who sweep for the virus in your party, I think that they are just as bad as the virus itself, and I wouldn't want to be associated with them as a liberal or as a Democrat.
I wouldn't say osmosis personally. I would say more like excitations of fields that exist through the medium of space-time. But yeah, I kind of understand what you're saying there. But I view it as a wave function where you have to make these choices. But thank you, true, indubitably.
Well, no, that wouldn't make any sense though, because then you would have to collapse the wave function.
Okay, enough.
I don't know how you would do that.
Enough.
Canadian, okay? He's Canadian. That's his vocabulary.
$5 from Oscar Rivera. Oscar Rivera, sorry. The best part of the tweet where CDA said their VP didn't speak for their organization. LOL. That was wild.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking stupid.
$2
Oh, well,
from
I don't
Two
know.
Sheds
The funny
Tom.
thing is, I don't know if that was supposed to be about the VP or about Hassan, but either
Or
one of those
Hassan,
would be
yeah.
equally funny. It's you're
Yeah.
bringing in a speaker that doesn't represent you. What? Why would you bring in the speaker then? He's like sanctioned by the event. You're inviting him. Like what? That's just so.
It's not like it's a debate.
Well,
either.
hold on. I think they were also under the impression that some of us might have been CDA people, so it could have been that like the CDA members, because they specifically said members, like at the event, maybe they thought that we were intentionally being disruptive and they didn't want us to ruin their reputation.
Oh,
I don't know. Just throwing it
no
out
idea.
there.
based.
$2 from Two Sheds Tom. Does D regret hitching up his Zog wagon yet?
What does
I don't know
that
what that
mean?
is.
That I'm too Zog or not enough Zog or?
Probably Tuzog.
The Jews are my
$5
friends.
still love the
I'm
Jews?
ready. I'm getting ready to move to Israel, bro. Those are my people. Okay.
Yeah. $5
I don't
from
like when they lock the
Rapscallion
Jews in
wagon.
a room at the
That's
College Democrats of
really-
America
That's
event, man.
really
That's
fucking
crazy.
weird. And if anybody's listening or friends with anybody where any of that happened, if anybody has any like cell phone footage or anything of that, I'd be super interested in. Yeah.
Okay.
That ain't good.
$5 from Rapscallywagus. There's a clip of J-Stock saying he will obsessively cover and snark Hassan for years before he became an anti-fan. Someone find it and let's watch. We'll watch it another day.
They're out there.
$5 from Ravek. Do you think Hassan would rather have Sam Hyde at this point or Destiny at events?
He'd probably rather deal with Sam Hyde.
Maybe actually, yeah.
I
Unironically,
think he's too scared of you, man.
it's that's crazy.
I mean, Sam Hyde might hurt him physically, but you would hurt him reputationally, and I think that's where he would protect more than anything else. $5 from Hurting Unit. Hamas Piker is such a dishonest punk. That's all true. $10 from Lawson Harrison. These losers show their ass when they attack the most innocent, family-friendly streamer, Hutch. Why I still have no idea.
Damn. Hold on, I thought they were exaggerating. Swordpill was full on defending the CDA in the on Twitter too.
Wait,
Jesus.
how? Read it.
No
Oh,
way,
yeah,
bro.
are you talking about the Wick retweet? Is that what you're talking about?
No, that's what people said, and I looked at his thing and I saw that, but then I looked at replies, and then like he answered he answered some person on Twitter. He says in quotes, "You seem very defensive of the government cracking down on free speech, but not a thing at a convention. That seems like intentional disruption that the host disagreed with," end quote. Implying, I guess, that we were going to intentionally disrupt. And then somebody replied to him and they were like, "How is it a disruption to show up and ask questions at a political event? Exactly. Do you think 10 people were going to have a sit-in? When has Destiny ever known to be disruptive in real life?" And then Swordpill said, "Was there a Q&A? I don't know what he's implying, but yeah."
We thought there would be.
That's the thing that I've seen a lot of the snarkers in my chat earlier were saying, prove that there was going to be a Q&A.
Okay, so I can tell you,
It doesn't matter,
guys-
even if there wasn't a Q&A.
Every speaker-
Why does that matter?
Every speaker, pretty much like every speaker that I was watching there, they had like a Q&A types like section or like thing at the end of their talks. Like
Yeah, you
the
were
fact
there
was
for
no
a few
Q&A is just
hours, right?
awkward. Yeah. The fact there was
Before
no
you got
Q&A
kicked out.
was like extremely out of the norm. Yeah.
fair.
So like, and I've never seen like a political
Yeah,
type
you want to
thing where
know an
have speakers
example
coming in,
of
there's no
a
Q&A.
you know a it's so funny actually. Can you think of a really crazy example where there is a guy that did an open event? I think it was like was it within a week after Charlie Kirk was fucking assassinated, where everybody was like the tensions were fucking high, okay, at the college right of this event. And the soy pill was one of the people who came up to ask me an ultra critical question about my rhetoric relating to Republicans when half the people here weren't sure if I was going to get fucking assassinated. And he asked me all those questions while he was there. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's insane to me, bro. Yeah. I don't know, dude. That's crazy. But Hassan wouldn't be able to answer a single question if they did an open Q&A. Like, come on. I'm sorry, but it's not even close to the same, bro. That's wild.
$10 from Brad.
Did the soy pill talk to you about this at all, or did he just tweet about it?
No, he hasn't.
Oh.
$10
Maybe you could get him on a panel, Wick.
No.
I shook that man's hand. Okay, I thought it was cool. Like
I will
chill.
have Soy Pill on anytime
should
he
reach
wants
him
to
out.
come
Good.
on. I've no beef with Soy Pill. He's a little annoying right now, but I've no real beef with Soy Pill. But I don't know. Yeah, the panel thing, I don't know about that. $10 from Brad Fulton. This is an incredible T-shirt, Mooten. Bravo.
Thanks. It's my Destiny merch that I got for being in the cold.
Oh, I have a notebook of that back there.
Okay.
Wait until Luke shows you all of Destiny's merch. She has so much Destiny merch.
Stop! Stop!
It's so cute.
$5 from National.
Holy shit. Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. I know you're making money. Wait, read this one and then go through this after. Jesus.
Okay.
Pull that up, Wick.
$5 for natural phenomenon. Trump spawned from the internet, fueled distrust in government, exacerbated by right-wing power plays, systematically damaged education, and trickled-down econ. Okay, wow. What am I bringing up here?
I think he DM'd it to you. I'm pretty sure.
Hold on. Give me a second. Let me put it on the screen. Let me make it big.
God damn.
Is this from Hassan's chat? Fuck David Pacman. I'm genuinely disappointed with David. He's not beating these Argentinian allegations for me now.
That's a neo-Nazi. That's a Nazi joke, by the way. Yeah.
I don't get that. Don't fight with David APAC on your days off.
David APAC? Because he's a Jew, by the way.
David Pacman.
He's Jewish.
I know you're already on it, but can't wait for you to light David's ass up, calling out his bullshit. There's just hundreds of, like, we don't.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling.
Fuck this shit-ass platform, dude. Twitch is crazy. That dude, that Dan dude, that's just insane, man.
Dan Clancy.
It's like
fuck David APAC-Man, David APAC-Man over and over again. Fuck David Pacman. David Pacman does support socialism, but only in Tel Aviv. What? Housing as a human right is good, David. There's like hundreds of these.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
That's
like crazy.
This reminds me. I think they're like saying this like similar stuff about like the Zuggerite person in the JLCOK's chats. Like, it's just crazy. Like,
the comments about her. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's either that like oh Destiny slut or that fact that she's Israeli or I think she's Israeli or Jewish. It's just crazy.
I think she's Jewish.
And she doesn't even talk about politics. She has a strong opinion about Israel Palestine, but she doesn't really talk about it that much. It's just like just stupid.
That's insane.
It's weird.
A lot of unhinged sexual comments.
So
of that
yes.
nature. It was
So this
really
is why I just want to kind of like harp on this and kind of like really hammer down. If you criticize Hassan, this is what you're going to expect to happen, and that's just one little section, right? Imagine what he's getting in his Twitter replies. Imagine what he's getting in his inbox. Imagine what he's getting in his YouTube comments. Imagine what he's getting in his Reddit sub.
Well, look at the fucking thing I just sent you too.
What did you just say?
Oh, is it this? The picture of the... If I'm president, I'm putting... Yeah.
Daniel O2 in Hassan's chat says, if I'm president, I'm putting David Pacman in a camp.
Yeah,
someone's saying, sue him.
Okay.
Jail. Treason doesn't require a prison. Yeah, these people are nuts, man.
Treason does... Yes.
Shit.
This is... When we talk about calling for violence, right? When we talk about dangerous communities, okay? All I'm saying is that it's almost every week I find out someone new to me has been either doxxed or they're attempting to dox them, right?
Yeah.
It's insane. And they'll just do it on Twitter too. They'll just throw it out there. Okay. Oh, sorry. Ugh. 5 Wick TV gift memberships from the Trib one. Thank you. Mantis Praise for $10. Destiny. I warned you about J-Stock when he was still in your community, hosting your little DGG after show, and was harassing me and tomfoolery. You even repeated his snark. You suck. I love you.
I don't recognize New Zealand people as humans, so I don't care. Get fucked.
People from Digital Ground Game are sending me the things that they're getting. They're getting tweets such as "Die DGG scum," things like that. It's insane. Right.
One thing that's kind of annoying too, because this stuff does work, is that like I laugh it off and you guys are laughing it off or whatever, but like it is pretty spooky to normal people. Like I had a huge overhaul of mods in the past because a lot of them just had to quit because it was too much pressure. Like they got scared of a lot of shit. Like there's a lot of pressure to be moved out of these spaces. I mean, you see how like Justical and all them act like to anybody, and there's like also too there's no boundaries for these people. Like they will find your socials, they will try to find your friends,
kids.
like they'll do it's, and nothing is off limits, right? Doobie running around in all these chats arguing why you can A-log my son, Hassan bringing up my kid constantly, like there's literally nothing. What?
Mooks, can I show this on screen?
Yep. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, someone was in David Pacman's chat literally saying like, oh, or sorry, not Pacman, Hassan's chat saying David Pacman has 2 beautiful kids. Like these people are unhinged and crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yo, imagine talking to a streamer and then like the next day your mom gets a phone call from somebody telling them you need to kill yourself. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Would you do? Where is this from? Would you do a? This is Dispel saying, would you do a snarking job for me, please? Is this guy Mooks' husband? And they're linking this Sharpie V guy. I don't know who that is. And Rar Moxie. Well, he's in my Discord, so he must be a good guy. Well, no, I don't want to say that. There's a lot of people in my Discord that maybe aren't good guys. Never mind.
They're all
No,
good
disavow. But yeah, they're just basically. Would you do a snarking job? Where was this posted?
I would not like to say.
Okay, that's insane though.
Wait, can't you tell where it's posted because of the icons next to the person's name, or no?
No,
that's anybody can click the. That's like a clan tag.
Oh, I suck at Discord. I don't know. You guys are weird. Okay.
Boomer.
This is 9:49 p.m. So this was like 20 minutes ago.
This is while I was on this panel. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get harassed.
This is
because
why
you dared talk about Hassan.
Yep.
Yeah, this is why it's hard for me to get some guests now. Is because
I
if
barely
you come
said
on my
anything
show,
too.
Yep.
If you come on my show, they're just gonna fucking target you. And what do I say to people? Like, how do I? Fucking with my business is not good business, Mr. Move.
Not good business.
Well, I've got to take off though, but thanks
Go
for
ahead,
having
thanks.
me. Thanks for having me on for a little bit. I will say right at the end here though, Wick, like I do get a little bit of harassment as well. Like in reference to all of this, but it's almost always drowned out by the right-wing harassment that I get from my former associates and like their followers. I mean, you've had Ace on your show. You know how unhinged he is.
He's working with the JStalk community, to be clear. They connected up.
After you interviewed Ace, they linked up. Yeah,
they linked up.
Yeah, some of them are
starting to. That was your fault. That was your fault.
The supervillains are working together.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
a lot of the right wingers who are mad that I kind of left the Sargon orbit, they've now linked up with JStalk as well, from what I understand.
Yeah, and keep in mind, like the nicest dude on the fucking planet. Hopefully, Dan's not here. Like I don't know if you guys are aware, like Dr. K on Twitch. Like there's that LSF clip of him talking about how streamers have confided in him in the background about how scary Hassan's community is. And that's to Dr. K. And that was like a year or two ago. Like, that's crazy. I'm sorry. Like that. And then also, I saw one comment. I think it was on LSF. It was probably by a Destiny Dick Rider or whatever. They said they weren't, but maybe they were lying. I don't know, because you guys do whatever. But like, it was funny because somebody had mentioned, like, I hear all the time about like the DGG community and how scary they are and everything. But like, I've never actually seen anything ever of the DGG community. Like, I don't know where these things come from. But the Hassan shit, you see everywhere on Reddit. They're everywhere, where if you make a bad comment about him, no matter what subreddit you're in, these people will show up. They immediately start going through your comment history, calling you a fascist, saying whatever bullshit. Like, and the idea that like my fans, like they have this, it's like you're more likely, if a DGGer shows up somewhere to make a comment, there will be 10 people that will show up and be like, oh, you're a Destiny Tech Writer. And they're all like DSA, like Marxist-Leninist, like tanky posters on the fucking deprogram subreddit or whatever. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah. The most unhinged thing that I've seen, aside from you getting swatted Destiny, but I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Stardust was sent a cow head.
Jesus.
What?
It was a picture of a cow head.
Oh, okay, yeah. She talked about it on stream, and like because she's Indian, right? And it's like, holy shit, dude, that's pretty crazy. I think that's some.
It was by that substance guy. The substance guy that Hassan loves to retweet and like.
Yeah.
Discord. Jesus Christ!
Like he sent it to her address.
Yes.
Oh well, then that's. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Yep.
Listen,
I gotta go though. See you later, guys. Have fun.
Okay, have
How
fun.
could you think that this guy? How do you guys think that this guy here could be?
Dude, you're so gay.
Come on. Like, look at him, man.
Okay, that's too homosexual for me. Okay, $5 from John Smith's basement. Any plans to target right-wing influencers like Mr. Metacore and Kino Casino in the future? They've also contributed in stalking culture online.
We're a bit busy right now, bud.
Yeah, we'll come for them next. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Wick, you're kind of like not like a pussy. Why didn't we hang out at all during the thing? Why didn't you come with me through the CDA thing?
You should
Actually,
have came to the rave, Wick.
So
I
I
should have
didn't
came to the
come
rave,
to the
actually.
CDA thing because I was on my way home when I found out it was happening, and I wasn't gonna fucking turn around. I was like,
And you
okay,
didn't think like, oh, maybe I should stay around a little bit longer to see Darius? I mean, everyone I know moved their flight to the next one for the rave because it was
from
the most lit
Wednesday
thing ever.
night to Saturday morning. You had ample opportunity to
Dude.
come see me. You did not.
I know you were just like randomly. You never communicated with me until you were
because
blitzed
people
out
said-
drunk,
hold
staying
on,
in random
people
areas.
told me that you wanted to contact me, so I texted you, hey,
Reminder
you wanna
that.
hang out? You want to meet
Hey,
up?
dude, you
Nothing.
okay, motherfucker?
Nothing.
Think about this, dude. You only did this while you were drunk. Never at all did you do this while you were sober. You only think of me while you're intoxicated or your fucking instincts are down. You don't think of me. You don't think of me as a guy that can come close to you whenever you're in your most like guarded up because you know I'll penetrate you.
That doesn't even
I
make
think he would have hung out if
That does make sense.
That doesn't make
Okay.
sense because everyone knows I would be the top in this situation. But fair
Damn.
enough.
Caparino.
Okay.
But no, why
$10.
don't you? But I'm being serious. Why don't
We
like
can hang
I'm
out next time next time you're in the area.
no,
You just
no,
gotta
I'm
make
not
sure-
talking about hanging out. Like I want to go to the events and I want to go do these things. Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you at the modern day debate thing? Isn't this like your job?
I wasn't in. Well, first of all, I have no
He's
interest
not
in
gonna-
going to debate those people. They're not fun. They're not interesting. There's no one new there. I can.
Come the fuck on.
They're not. They're not interesting. They're just not.
snarky.
Those right
Loner
wingers.
Box is
They're not
going.
interesting. I've
Loner
seen
Box is
Loner
going?
Box
Really?
before. I've met Loner
Yes.
Box.
Oh damn.
Yeah, how are you? Yeah. Yeah, so that's fucking dude, just come over. It's good. It's gonna be good to stream and just talk with them, man. People want to see you. People want to see you get around and
Tell
get
you
like
what, you buy my plane ticket and maybe. Okay.
fine, sure. It's like
Okay.
that was weak. Yeah, all right, message me.
Yeah, I will.
I'll bring you back home. Me.
If I never, you guys won't ever hear from me again. I
Yes,
will-
yes.
I will be a statistic. Okay.
Come to the Airbnb, Wick.
$10 for Trib 1. For the group, libs need you guys more than ever to spread your projects. One way to hurt leftists is for us to flood the zone. Insane that libs don't get to go to lib events anymore. Super gay W Wick. Well, we just went to one. LibCon. It's great.
I don't even know what.
Thank you for the gift membership, aka Batozai, and card Academy Ace, W Darius, truly the drunken master of political snarking. Keep it up. Also, Mooks had good, friendly interviews. Planning on more political content, Mooks?
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please repeat. Political content? Yes.
Yes.
I've done a little bit of talking to people on my channel so far, but yeah, I just started. I would like to do more. Trying to mingle around with people like you.
W Mooks.
Wow, I'm watching
Well-
my next generation of anti-fans born right before my eyes. Oh boy.
Look at him.
I'm so proud.
Well, that's them, man. But listen, I
We're
got
gonna-
them under control. Don't worry about it.
We're gonna look at the bridge burning will be glorious. Okay, when it happens. $12 from Wolf Shacker to say $12. That's a weird amount. Thoughts on Matten Evan? He's been my guilty pleasure watch of late.
Don't know who
Don't know who
is.
that is.
I don't know who it is. Trib 1,
You
$5.
know who Matan Evan is, dude? He's the guy with the fucking.
Oh
thick
no,
accent.
you guys,
He's
you
like-
all know who that is. He's the guy who
He's
gives
like
the really
15.
goofy interviews,
Bill
and he's got
Clinton
like
kid, yes,
the
I do know.
yeah, he does like the in the fucking tent thing, and everyone here knows who he is.
I don't know who this guy is.
You do, you do. Don't
You
make me
do,
show
he's
him,
the
and then
Bill
you're gonna
Clinton
be
kid,
like,
the one from the Game Awards.
I
Nobody
just
knows
looked
Mr.
at-
Oh,
Bill
he went on
Clinton.
stage during the game thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
shut the fuck
Okay,
up.
I don't know this guy.
You do know him. You've seen him before.
Listen.
He did,
I
remember the
just
guy?
looked him
Remember
up.
the
Like a
kid?
heckler.
Look at his interview with Matt
Getting
Gates.
old,
So look at his.
soon.
Oh no, because you're new. Never mind. Maybe not. I don't know.
I'm
Fuck
new.
you. Shut the fuck
Thank
up.
you.
$5 from Trib 1. Also, no crank yank Wick, but the reality is many people don't have the spine you have. Keep doing what you do, bro. Also, this dono is sponsored by the Jews. Well, thank you for the $5. And it's true, not everyone
W
can
Jews.
tank like I can.
Wick,
Okay?
can you name a book you've read?
Oh shit.
The Empire of Silence. Boom.
There it is. Boom.
Okay. I can name the Demon in White I'm reading now. I'm doing the 50-book challenge this year.
Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
Damn.
I'm on book 15, 16. I'm a little behind, to be clear. But no, I've read a lot of books. This is what I do. $10 from the Trib 1. CDA cuck themselves hard, though. There won't be people like Jamie Raskin showing up to their stuff from now on unless they make this right and have Destiny as a speaker next year. LOL.
True.
W.
They should have him.
Yeah, true.
That would that mend the bridge between you and College Gems if they invited you to speak at one of their events? Would you go, Destiny?
It would depend on the event. I have a place in the world for the type of stuff that I do. I don't want to be an attack point against the Democratic Party. So if I feel like my presence in some area is going to cause trouble for Democrats, then I wouldn't want to be involved in that way. So it just depends on the event. Like, I think this event would have been an appropriate event for me to be a speaker at because Hassan was going, right? So you could argue that, oh, we have a diversity of viewpoints, and here's a guy who's like a crazy moderate Zionist guy, I guess, and here's a guy who's a crazy Stalinist Maoist guy, I guess, and then maybe some other types of people. Like, I think it would have worked fine. But like, if it's supposed to be like a big like unify the party moment or some shit, I don't know. I'm a pretty controversial character, but it just depends on the event.
We'll get Steve to show up in Hugo Boss. Hassan can wear his Mao
Jesus.
outfit, and we'll get him to debate.
Yeah, I'll get my imperialist Japan military uniform. or some
$5
bullshit.
from Barbed Wire Barracuda. Never change, Wick baby. I won't. $5 from Lawson Harrison. Remember, the bad guys are the ones that say UDGG scum. True.
True, Lawson.
Die.
True.
DGG, to be clear. Senator from West Vagina for $10. On Soy Pill. Early 20-something-year-old sock dems often spend a lot of time around further left artist hipsters, and they're under a lot of social pressure to defend DSA Hassan fan types. I don't know if that's true.
Then you grow
up. Real serious for 100 ARS. For a sec, I was imagining that scene from The Godfather with Stardust waking up to a cowhead in her bed. Nope, it wasn't mailed a cowhead. It was a picture. Finally, two more. $10 from the Skeletal Big. Speaking of Gamergate, this unhinged type of shit has been happening since at least back then. I sometimes wonder if malicious foreign agitators learned from that bit of internet history.
There are definitely amplification schemes that are helping people like Hassan 100%. Like, obviously stuff is botted. We see the weird subreddit shit going on. I'm curious how much of that is like by his talent agency or the people that he works with directly versus just other foreign actors. And like, it's not even like weird to say, like it's weird to not say, like how do you have like what is most obviously like a subversive, like you even admit to being part of a radicalization pipeline on the D platform, and then you take like a paid trip to Qatar, a sponsored trip to China, you get Mao's little red book, you take a paid trip to Cuba. Like it's so fucking weird. It's so weird that nobody seems to ask any questions about this.
$5 from the Chief Bin Chicken. Hassan's community is the reason for great creators such as Aristocracy stop streaming due to massive harassment. It's not stalking, it's harassment.
True.
And $10 from Marlo Kurtz. Seems like the internet is pushing further into reality lately.
Wait, you've
what
seen...
What can regular people do?
True. Comment and vote and show your displeasure in the comment section. The internet battlefield is the most important one. I'm only half joking there, unironically. Wait, you've seen this, right? This shit? The Reddit search shit, Wick?
Oh, give me a second.
Can you explain that to us, Steve? What the fuck does that mean?
So basically, I don't know, I guess people could do it or bots could do it, but basically what I'm doing is, if you type in one of these things, what it's doing is you're running a search for any time Hassan is brought up, but outside of the Destiny, Asmongold, Livestream Fail, H3H3 Productions, Hassan Piker, Leftovers H3, DGG Snark, or Fear and subreddits. So you're basically running a search to try to find Hassan being brought up anywhere on Reddit outside of like those main places. And then my guess is to brigade after that. It's to search for
no idea
mentions, and then you show up and then you support him there. But the fact that like if you open that on an incognito tab, or wait, so Wick, to understand what I'm saying, hold on. So Wick, just go to reddit.com or whatever.
Okay, give me a second. Okay, I'm there.
And then in the top bar, just search for the word Hassan.
Here, I'll do it live so you guys can see.
Sure.
Why not? Fuck it. Okay. Oh, and there it is.
Yeah, so it's because these are so frequently searched that they just pop up. It's automatically populated in search terms because other people are searching it so often. But like, who the fuck is searching this other than... It's just people trying to find Hassan mentions on Reddit without it being in like the popular Hassan-related sub so that they can find him being mentioned outside. This is why you see their fan base pop up so often to defend him in every single fucking subreddit.
Wolf Shacker says for 710,
was
you
it
took the bait wig, you noticed
or was it trending on Reddit when you pulled it up there?
Was it trending on Reddit? I didn't.
Yeah, when you just pulled it up.
How do I know if it's trending on Reddit?
It had a little icon next to it that looked like it might have been.
What the fuck?
I don't use fucking Reddit, okay? It has a it has a little trending icon. It does. It does.
Nice. Based. Bots are working overtime.
Trying to get rid of the dog shocker in the algo.
Okay. We are winding down. I love you all. Last thoughts. We'll just go around quickly from the room. Last thoughts. And tomorrow, just before I go, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, we're doing some MAGA versus the world. We have that Dragon Fist guy. You guys remember him? He debated Destiny on USAID. He has agreed to debate all his critics tomorrow on my show at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you have issues with what he was saying in that debate, if you have issues with him in general, show up 6 p.m. Eastern and he'll debate you. He's braver than Hassan, so you got to give him that.
True.
Okay.
Oh wait, one more little meme. You saw this too, right? Sorry, I'm pumping you full of the DGG narrative right now.
Pump me.
Pump it up.
Oh yeah. I did see this. Give me
Share with the class.
Yeah. It's the Bobby John Dev. Since the first H3 Snark subreddit opened in 2023 of April, 11.3% of everyone active in Hassan Piker has also posted in the HC Snark subs leftovers. HC Snark 2025. 9,478 shared users out of 83,000. That's a large percentage, gang. That is not insignificant. 10%, 1 in 10, over that, right? It's crazy stuff.
And those are
It's not
comment
just
posters. That doesn't have people who make like a totally different account or whatever that you wouldn't catch. So it's like,
Mm.
yeah, pretty spooky.
Yep. And it's not just drive-by comments. 2,337 users have 10 plus posts. 655 have 50 plus. 334 have 100 plus, and 8 have 1,000 in each. And these are in each community. 1,000 in each community. 1,000 Reddit posts.
Power users.
What if you can
Power
like
snarkers.
filter by like active? If you can like filter by like the active members in each community, and like, see how much greater it probably grows.
53% are more active in the Snark subs. 38% are more active in Hassan Piker. About 9% are split evenly. I pulled every post and comment from all 4 subs. 3.7 million items. Same era comparison only. Bots and deleted excluded. Full history numbers are lower. 7.7% because Hassan's sub predates the Snark sub by years. And here's the full data extra. And if we turn it around, that means that nearly 30% of active H3 Snark users have posted in the Hassan subreddit. And that's people actually posting and commenting, not passive subscribers padding a number. Damn.
Yeah. And nobody will say anything about any of this because all of it is just silly, goofy internet memes. So no
That's not
actual
true.
liberal commentators give a fuck.
David Packman cares.
True. Deepak said something.
I mean, like, he did say something. You
No,
gotta
that
give
no,
him-
no. I'm sorry. He did. I'm disappointed that it's taken longer, whatever I'm saying. But no, he did, and props to him for that.
He did.
We got to defend our boy.
Okay. Let's start with Darius. Darius, last words, final thoughts?
Good one. Next.
Cool. Radiant, what do you got?
I just want to say I'm a Palestinian that would love to participate in politics, and I'm really upset by Hassan Piker, the very famous dog abuser, is keeping me out.
Diddy Piker, Dog Striker,
Jesus.
Palestinian preventer. There we go. Okay, let's give it to Persec.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, all the people in here are great, amazing people. I had a lot of fun in DC with